Hey, what's up, everyone? Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? My name is Bernard Chang. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to be sketching a little bit tonight, maybe for like, I think usually it's around 2 hours. Uh, whew, what else? Oh, let me see if my co-host, partner in crime, see if he found the quarter to put into the machine. Sean, are you there? Oh, let's see. Okay, all right. Let's see. Sean. Okay, there you are. There you go. Well, you want to be this Ken guy or you want to be Blanca? I haven't created a new one yet. I haven't finished your Double Dragon thing. It takes a long time because I'm actually making a new animated GIF for your face, so your mouth moves. I'm trying to figure out whether I want to make it so that shoot, I always forget. So that there. It's just this random loop GIF, so you're like nam 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 nam. Maybe blink your eyes, like a couple different expressions. Have one of you smiling, or if I should save them as separate ones and then manually add them in via the OBS, but that's a lot of work. So I don't know. Long Wu, how are you doing? Matthew Crossart, good to see you again. C Jing, good to see you again. Sean muted? You can't hear Sean? Damn. Can you guys hear Sean now? No Sean. Okay. What's going on here? Nope. Let me see. Discord audio. Discord audio. Maybe need to turn the Discord audio on. Yeah. Let me turn on my system preferences. Thanks, guys, for helping out. Let's see. So, the print, I realized I don't have any more prints left. I looked into my inventory. So what I'm going to do is, I hope you guys will like this one. Let me turn this on real quick. This is, well, I actually did a scratch here on the Sharpie, but this is a limited edition promo card that I made with a gold foil signed of New Superman. This was from 2018 New Year's edition, Chinese New Year edition. So I was going to mail everybody. I already had some of these pre-packaged, pre-enveloped, and then I never shipped them out. So I think I'm going to put these. This is a home ball. I'm going to put these in the mail this week and get them out to you guys. So these actually cost more than the print because of the gold foil on it than a larger print. So I think this will be the initial print giveaway, and then I might do some of these. I found this too. Sean, do you know what this is? Oh, well, you can't hear Sean. Let me figure out how to get Sean. Okay. I found a whole bunch at a baseball card shop here in Burbank. Let me see. You guys still can't hear Sean, right? Yeah, there's no Discord audio here. All right. Okay. Do I dare? Everything's working. Okay. Let me quit Discord and start again. That's the widget. Discord audio. Alright guys, thanks for bearing along with this. Yeah, see the icon. Now I'm restarting Discord again. Did we have this problem last time? We had the problem with Sean's mic cutting in and out last stream. Okay, let's see. Sean, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
There we go. I think his audio's up now. Alright, I just gotta, before I go live, I gotta test this next time. Get a little checkbox going. This technology thing here. So anyways, Sean, we're saying, have you guys seen this before? This is Upper Deck, 1991-92. This is a Miami Heat player, John Sundvold. John Sundvold was one of the original Miami Heat members. He was a three-point specialist. Went to Missouri. This is an actual Upper Deck card. And on the back, look at that.
Why should we care about this guy?
Guess who's on the back? Look at that. Can you see that? Look at that guy right there.
Ball boy extraordinaire.
Yeah, it's kind of blurry. This camera is kind of blurry. So you guys can hear Sean. Yeah, so I'm actually in a actual Upper Deck NBA basketball card. This picture was taken during the 1990 All-Star game, where John took part in the three-point contest. So I got my mouth open. You know, I think my mouth is open a lot. I breathe through my mouth. I'm one of those mouth breathers. Is that a derogatory term? Mouth breather?
Of course.
Alright, I'm going to try to breathe through my nose this stream. I'm just in awe and amazement. So, I think maybe I'll give some of these away at some point. I have a bunch. But those are very limited. This is 1991, 91, 92. That's 30 years ago. Is that 30 years? 29 years? 28 years? Shit. Probably, this card is older than most people that are watching today.
That is sad.
Yeah, because look, he had short shorts. Look at how short those shorts are. Now they're in fashion. Now they're back in fashion again. These short shorts. So
they are? Really?
Yeah. Now all the kids, all the cool kids, the high school kids, college kids, even some of the NBA guys, they're wearing like short shorts now. Not as short as this yet, but it's getting kind of. I mean, below it was right before it was like down to the knee, like past the knee. You know, it was covering the knee. Now it's back up. You know, the ding dong might slip out because it's so short. Some of those I wonder, like some of those old school guys. I mean, those were like really short shorts.
Like Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, exactly. They never had a. I mean, I'm sure they probably had wardrobe malfunctions. You know, just not a lot of video back then. But they also wore like jock straps, which like, you know, cupped everything in there. But yeah, those things are pretty short. And I've been in the locker room. I've seen some of those guys naked, and gave me some complexes about myself. As a teenager, it was very you're like, holy shit, nowhere near that.
Is this against terms of service? This discussion.
I don't know. What am I talking about? Talking about
Oh, the
forearm,
height. The height.
forearm size, the size of people's forearms in the NBA. But you would be surprised, Leo. Like, there was one dude that was like 7 foot tall, and I saw him. I'm like, oh, I could probably match up with that.
Wow.
But some of the other guys, yeah, oof. Uh, Poop Kid, welcome back. Yojimbo, welcome back. I was wondering if Yojimbo was gonna. I just noticed like Yojimbo was moderating Michael earlier. I'm like, dude, you don't gotta like, don't feel like you gotta come on, cause I know you've been doing that for like 3 or 4 hours. If you got other stuff to do, it's cool. Um, uh, but definitely appreciate it. Matthew Crossart. So we got the early Sean Chen audio problem out of the way. Sean, is Sean's audio still cracking? I
Hello.
guess.
Is it working?
Yeah, should be
Last
good.
time was pretty bad.
Yeah, I was listening to it the other day. I mean, this morning, the replay from the other day, and it was like getting kind of annoying. I almost thought about like not watching my own stream. Um,
Wow.
but it's okay. We got through it. It was weird because in the beginning it didn't do that, and it was only like midway through that it started like crackling. So I also just uploaded. I think I just uploaded. Did I just upload on the Discord? Um, the static scan. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Let me try that again. If you guys want the static scan, it's a big. Oh shit, that's a big file. 40 megabytes. No, I'm gonna have to reduce it. Why is it so big? Do you guys want the Cora scan? There's a Cora scan that's only 6 megabytes. But that one's kind of colored already. Yeah.
Oh, when you put it on Discord, they can color it. Is that how it works?
Well, I give them upload like a pencil, black and white grayscale file, and then you can do whatever you want. You can ink it. You can just go straight to colors. It's up to you, you know. That way you get a high-res file if you want. BDub209. So are you a shower or a grower? Is there anything in between? Like depending on the day? Oh, by the way, this is it's vitamin D3 time. All the artists that
In lieu of going outside, you just pop a pill.
yeah, we'll pop two of these little things right here. Flavor this. This is Kirkland. You get it at Costco.
It looks like fish oil.
Yeah, similar. It looks like it. And it has like a non-sweet taste a little bit. Let me see. While I'm at it, let's have some apple cider vinegar pills. These things are nasty.
Wow.
You can smell the vinegar.
What's that for?
Apple cider vinegar is good for your overall health, right? Do we have any health experts here? It's good for your overall health and like fights. Oh, let me reach for something else back here. Fights inflammation. Uh-oh. It's a man with a gun. A couple blocks away.
Citizens app.
There is.
It's very distracting.
There's some protesters outside tonight. So, and then this is the other supplement I take, turmeric. Do you take any supplements, Sean?
I don't take any of that. Turmeric is like one of those spices that I don't know. It's in pickles or something.
Like a lot of Indian food or Middle Eastern food has turmeric in it. It's another
Yeah.
anti-inflammatory. I've noticed my face is like very puffy. So I'm trying to anti-inflammatory my face for the stream. C. Gene
I
takes
never.
grapeseed extract, matcha, and multivitamin. I do have a multivitamin pill. I also got these too. Let's see. I can't get it. Got these Goli gummies. I have a lot of gummies. Oh, and then I take these airborne. Take 3 of these a day.
Airborne.
It's actually a lot of calories. 3 gummies is 45 calories. But yeah, I really like taking vitamins in gummy form. It's like you're eating candy. So, let's see. Is Steve here tonight?
Long was warning you that you should be popping pills on stream.
I shouldn't be? Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Maybe you shouldn't be.
Okay. They're vitamins.
But I guess they might be like advertisements.
Oh. All right. Thank you, Long. I'll do it off camera. So really it's an advertisement thing or it's just a pill thing?
Who knows?
Wildstorm SCCG is taking 500 milliliters of Coca-Cola.
I think Coca-Cola used to be for medicinal reasons.
Oh yeah, I mean cocaine used to be for medicinal reasons. You know, especially if you're a dentist or something, like dental stuff. Yeah. Safe drug abuse or advertisement. Yeah, there's supplements, health supplements. Cereal Heroes, welcome. So Cereal Heroes takes apple cider vinegar. See, I'm not alone. The other one was apple cider vinegar in a gummy form. But you have to take like 2 or 3 of those too in order to get. And I felt like that's another calorie. That's like another 35 calories right there. So if I take the vitamin C supplement, I won't use any names, and I take the apple cider vinegar gummy supplement, that's like 45, 35, that's like 80 calories right there. And then if I take 2 more multivitamin gummies, I'm at over 100 calories. That's almost a bottle of Coca-Cola, right? Might as well drink a bottle of Coca-Cola. Okay. Well, thank you. I will heed the warning.
You decide what to draw today?
B-dub. Ooh, let me turn off the AC. Okay. Now it's much more quiet. But it's gonna get hot later.
Oh, you turn the AC on?
Yeah, did you hear a big difference?
Now it's like radio quality sound. It's like you're
right.
have a night show on.
Now we're
on
close
the
to.
radio.
Now we're close to. Like we've done this thing 22 times already. Actually, it's been 23 because we do the 0 episode. I was thinking about last episode was 21. I was gonna be like, oh, maybe we should drink because it's 21, right? Now we're 21. We have like a little drinking draw. Can we drink on Twitch or no? Long? Maybe I'll turn the AC on later in the stream when it starts getting warm again. Birds are awfully quiet. Yes, they are in the. They're in their sleep cage tonight. Because they were up real late last night, so I think they need to get some sleep. Plus, I don't want to mail out any more prints. By the way, if you just came, in lieu of the prints, everyone that want to print, I'm going to give you guys one of these limited edition gold foil red envelopes. It's not really an envelope; it's more like a trading card. oversized trading card. This is like 5x7. This was 2018. So um, let's see a little gold foil, new Superman there with the dog. Year of the dog. This year is the year of the rat. It's my year. So okay, so we can drink. Yojimbo says we can drink online.
You probably have some good stuff, right? I mean, some of the whiskeys you
Oh
have.
yeah, man. Anybody drink whiskey here? Bill's not on. Original OD. But I know he enjoys the fine whiskeys. But yeah. So I was thinking like episode 21 would have been fun, but then I forgot. I forget a lot of things these days. Anybody got ideas on what to draw? Sean, do you have an idea? Steve's not here. I was gonna say Steve. Um,
Have you drawn a female figure in a while?
well, I just did. I mean, I did the Korra yesterday with my buddies, Epic Props, Jerry Ma. Um,
Yeah, I'm joining in that thing next week.
yeah, next week's gonna be Gatchaman, and so now I'm thinking, man, I want to do that again. But it took a long time to do that sketch yesterday, because I colored it, and then I didn't like the initial colors, like the watercolors. I was not very pleased with it. Let me go get it, and I'll show you guys on stream. Sean, keep them entertained for a minute.
All right, well, there he goes. So I'm packaging up everyone's art, and I'm sending it out tomorrow, except for EOG, because I think never got your address, because your address, I think I was told that it's kind of in flux, right? So, and thanks for the old, Jimbo, you sent like an old video from Valiant. So, cool. So, you don't know where you're moving, Jimbo? In general, what area, or? Yeah, that video. I think I was sporting a serious mullet back then. Yeah, no live feed for me. Oh, that's a pretty good drawing.
All right.
You weren't happy with how this came out?
No, I wasn't. And it's like I'm looking at it. Like when I look at it in person, I'm getting a little worried. So, Mr. Joshua, welcome to the stream. Good to see you again. BW209. I think I mentioned you earlier. Yeah, when I'm looking at it in my eyes on the table, it doesn't look that bad. But then when I'm looking at it right now on the OBS, or when I took pictures of it, the torso is like, to me, looks like it's too thin. And like the shoulder here, I didn't like the shading that much on the shoulder. The face I liked. I thought the face was good. And it's Korra from Airbender. Is that right? Or Legend of Korra?
Legends of Korra.
Avatar? Is it Avatar or Airbender? I've never seen an episode of the show. I mean, I know the show. I know there's a guy with an arrow.
The Last Airbender. Yeah.
Okay. So is she like the new Airbender now, or is that like a mantle, like a Doctor Who thing that gets passed on to a new Doctor Who? I have no idea. But I also thought I'd make her a little bit more ethnic. Right? As in cartoons, you see like everyone has like the same big eyes. And that's because they want the characters to be more relatable in some way. But I thought, if I'm going to do a drawing, I'd do it in my style. Oh yeah, the artist that works on the comic version of Korra streams on Twitch. What's his name? Or her name? So Korra is the new Avatar. Sean, do your kids watch Airbender?
They used to.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Irene Cole. She does comics once in a while. Doesn't she go by Coquette?
Didn't she draw the Batgirl issue?
Yes. I was in that. There was a Origins book, a DC Origins. I did. I forgot what I did. Fire, one of
Firestar?
those guys. Fire, something
F-
like
f-
that. And then
no, Firestar is that's a
oh,
Marvel character.
it's the male figure who's
Firestorm
Firestorm, maybe. Yeah.
with his hair is a flame. Ooh, if Barry was on stream, he'd like be there. He is. Barry is on stream. Barry's, you know, he has to keep his legs crossed right now because you just mentioned Firestorm.
Yeah. So yeah, she did the Batgirl Secret Origin, and I was in that same book.
Yeah, that was like was that the first appearance of that version of Batgirl? That was like
I
four or
don't
five
know.
years ago. How many years ago was that?
That was a while ago. It was a while.
But when that came out, that was like a huge smash, right? Because then who was
Yeah, you're talking about the
Bab
Babs Tar book,
Babs
though,
Tar?
right?
Yeah, Babs Tar. Babs Tar was like skyrocketed in popularity because of that character, right? Or around that time, something like that.
Yeah. Babs Tar, Cameron Stewart,
Cameron Stewart,
both
yes.
who were kind of skated with. Well, one of them got canceled. The other one came close. But
Oh, Babs almost got canceled.
yeah, she did a self portrait of herself and colored it a little bit too tan, and people thought she was kind of you know, I don't know what you would call it.
Appropriating,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
whatever. So this one is a watercolor. Well, at first the shade I went with some coffee tone, and then I thought, oh, maybe I just add some watercolor to it, and then so you can kind of see
So
the coffee tone underneath some of that stuff.
there's real coffee on there.
Oh yeah, yeah, there's real coffee on there. Leftover morning coffee. But then like, I don't know, the torso just seems kind of long and thin, too thin. You know, I was trying to make it thin, but again, some of it is the angle of the drawing that I'm doing it at, and then how I look at it. Looking at it from my eye perspective, again, it doesn't seem that. See, even if I'm holding it up to the camera at different angles, it has a different perspective. It really fucks with my eyes.
So in Photoshop, you can do that thing where you perspective it or something like that.
Yeah, so once I scanned it in yesterday, I toyed around with it in Photoshop a little bit. I actually compressed the head slightly, moved it slightly down, and shrunk it like maybe 8%, and moved the hair actually down a little bit more, slightly,
You
you know.
the problem you might be having if the head is too large and then the bottom, the waist is too small. Isn't it like the slant of your drawing board? Like you're seeing a
Yeah,
parallax a little bit.
yeah,
So
it's the
it's a
angle of
very
the
common problem.
yeah, it's the
Yeah.
angle of the board that I'm drawing at. So, oh, you didn't see this? This is just wanted to sneak this by you guys. You didn't see this is a
Oh,
whatever. Okay, that's very quick. All right, did we figure out what we're drawing today?
have you decided male or female? I mean, you did the Cora thing, but you didn't do it on stream. How
No.
come you didn't do the
Yeah.
Cora on stream?
Baby doll dreams, welcome. Have I drawn Vampirella before? How come I didn't do the Cora on stream? Well, because I drew it yesterday, and we didn't stream yesterday. You were too busy. I was thinking about maybe streaming yesterday, but then it took a lot longer than I wanted to do. I thought I was just try to bust through it because I had some other work I had to do. But it ended up taking a lot longer because also just referencing. There's like a couple different versions of Cora. What do you think of a Vampirella?
That sounds cool. Classic.
Baby doll dreams, daydreams comes in with a Vampirella suggestion from left field, and I'm thinking about it. It might work out. Yeah, I've never drawn Vampirella before. I don't think.
That classic one, you know, when her hand is stretched out and she has a bat on it. I don't know who did it. It must be some like maybe a Filipino artist that painted that thing. It's iconic, absolutely iconic. I think if you go to Dan Fraga's streams, he has it blown up life size in the background, or maybe it's not Fraga. Maybe it's Ethan.
Uh, One of her holding a bat.
Yeah, do the. Yeah, I mean it's the classic full figure. Her hand is out like in the Elvis pose, and I think she has a bat on it, and it's a painting, like maybe an oil painting.
I'm looking at Google image search. Oh, a bat. I thought you meant baseball bat. I'm like looking for, I'm looking for a baseball bat, and I'm like, what? When did when did? Thank you for the follow. When did Vampirella start using a baseball bat? I thought that was like mostly Harley Quinn. Okay, all right. Bat. Yes, there's a bat. Yeah. They actually made a like a figurine out of that thing too. I think. Okay. Yes. All right. Yeah. Not a very practical outfit.
She has a plunging front that goes all the way down, and then isn't it like really close to her pelvic area? There's like a bat symbol.
Like a white bat symbol.
Yeah, and she's wearing that top is like a, I don't know what you call it, but it's like two straps that go over her chest.
The one that Art Germ did I think this one's Art Germ, where like the blood drips down her body and that forms the red suit. That one's pretty cool. I think that's.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
You know what I'm talking about? It's number two. The recent Dynamite version number two. Whoever designed this outfit was in between girlfriends at the time.
As a pervert. Yeah.
You know what's interesting too? I watched this video from this YouTube video where it was from like a cosplay show from like 1970 or something at New York Comic Con, or a New York kind of Comic Con. Have you ever seen that one? And there was this, and they had like some really cool ones, and then there was like a Vampirella in there. Cosplay 1970. I'm obviously like procrastinating. This is usually if I sit down and at the drawing table. I procrastinate.
You surf the internet for like an hour.
Yeah, like an hour, at least an hour.
You used to play like Madden football for an hour before you do any drawing.
Right. I have to get rid of all my demons in my head, like numb my brain so I can start drawing. What are these links that Yojimbo's? Okay, yeah.
Okay, a crease. I saw the crease one. It's pretty cool.
Crease did one? She doesn't have a collar. You gotta give her the collar. Obviously, Crease has a foot fetish. You know those
Yes.
those SVA guys. You can't see again. Like, let's see. Okay. Sean, you know the real Vampy? What is the cosplayer? The Vampy bit me. What was it? What was her name? Do you know what I'm talking about?
She was a real cosplayer.
The cosplayer, that's like Vampy something.
No. Oh, I don't remember. I think sounds familiar though.
Okay. All right, we'll go from
Vampy Bite Me.
Vampy Bite Me. Yeah, we'll go from Cora to Vampirella.
So I wonder if anyone's ever tried to update her outfit because it's just too revealing for today's audience.
Well, also, I don't know if it's just too revealing. I mean, it's just...
Maybe she should get like Rooster Teeth to do it, a Vampirella redesign.
It's just not very... Who's Rooster Teeth? Oh, Is Rooster Teeth one person or like a group of people?
I think it's like, I don't know.
Because it's all the different kind of styles.
Hey, Bane Wrecker.
By the way, I know the secret about that cover. And whatever everyone's talking about online, they're completely off mark. They are completely off mark. You know what I'm talking about. People that are saying that that's the it's causing the industry to implode upon itself.
Oh yeah, or that it got one editor fired or something.
Yeah, completely off mark on it. Just goes to show you, like, you know, people can hypothesize about whatever it is they want, but in reality, most of the people that are hypothesizing about these things have really like zero clue about what's actually happening. Therefore, they're just hypothesizing.
Yeah, and if it's salacious or interesting or makes a better story, then that proliferates. But the truth is often quite boring, and it's not what you think. And you want to blame something on one person, but there's probably like 5 different causes, and it kind of gets watered down and kind of boring. But the one that makes the better story is the one that spreads.
Yeah, it's actually a very like duh if you like So what is the Vampirella character? There we go. See, Yoji found it. Vampy bit me. I thought you knew this person. I thought you knew her, Sean.
Um, I'm
Or
gonna
there was a
look at this
oh, maybe
picture
it's the
now.
other one. Uh, there's
Oh,
another
I don't know this. I think I would remember it if I know this person.
uh, okay, I can't find that vintage New York Comic Con link. There was a Spider-Man in there. I think there was like a oh man.
So were those costumes cool looking, or were they just
It was pretty
sad?
cool. It was pretty cool. And there was a Vampirella in there that was like really good. And this was like in the late 70s, maybe early 80s. I think I remember seeing it on the beat. Let's give a shout out to our friend Heidi. Let's see. Oh, somebody followed. Did you see that? Well, I just missed it. Ugh. Thank you for the follow.
Chile.
By the way, if
Someone
you're
named
watching
Chile.
today, make sure you hit that follow button so get notified when we're on. Um, at the end of each stream, we give away whatever sketch that we're doing for the day. Sometimes Sean might have a pre-done sketch as well. Uh, so you guys can.
Oh, I think Yojimbo has the link to maybe the video you're thinking about.
Ooh. Oh, you found it? Oh, he has a link to the Vampirella. Well, that's a photo, yes. There's actually a video. 1973. I think there's an actual video. '73. Okay, I'm gonna start drawing. Because I'm gonna have to erase this a couple times.
So it looks like a profile, maybe, and she's facing to the left.
Again, this is kind of the standard start.
You start, and then you start again.
Yeah. I've been drawing a lot of like head tilted up, which is kind of what like Vampirella is like. Her head is up.
And that classic one, her head is up. It's kind of like a like a regal pose.
Right. So what is the Vampirella character? Is she a vampire hunter? She's a vampire, but she hunts other vampires? Baby doll, you want to help out on this since this is your suggestion? Like, what's the history
I
behind this character?
I assume she's different from Elvira.
Yeah, is she like inspired by Elvira, right?
I imagine Vampirella goes way back.
Well, Vampirella would be going back to the 60s or 70s. I think it's just the 70s. And today I'm drawing without any lights on the table to see if that makes a difference in terms of the quality of the.
There's a huge difference I've noticed from the way your drawing looks on the drawing board and when you post it on Instagram.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a lot softer, and then I guess the contrast is way down.
yeah.
And it's kind of a cool look on the screen because everything it kind of looks like really subtle. And then on Instagram, you can see every single pencil line.
Well, which version do you like? Do you like the softer version? Because when I post it on Instagram, I play with the uh, like the light, the brightness, and
Right.
the structure to punch up the pencil line. But online, on stream, it's actually very subtle, right? Because I think this cam, it's the same cam as the one that's hitting my face. I don't know why this one here is not as it's a CC922 or C922 Logitech.
Yoji says that Vampirella is an alien.
Yeah.
That's always weird.
So she comes from a
From the
planet of like
planet Draculon,
Dracula.
where everyone's a vampire.
Okay.
And all of it's a planet full of vampires, and they're all afraid of this one person who's like normal.
They don't try to suck his blood all the time. And it's a very hot planet because it's close to the sun. That's why the lack of clothing options.
Oh, so Baby Doll has Dream has that life size cutout. So that's the one I think. I'm not sure who did that, but I think it's the Filipino artist. But it's that life size oil painting, the one where she's holding the bat, the animal bat.
Yeah. Are you sure it's a Filipino artist?
Oh, maybe someone can get to the bottom of that. The classic iconic Vampirella pose, where she has her hands out doing the Elvis, and then there's a bat on it.
I'm kind of like it. I'm kind of liking this head. What do you think? What do you think of
Yeah,
this head?
that is a damn tough angle to draw. Oh, maybe it was a Frazetta painting.
I think so. I mean, I think all those early Vampirellas are Frazettas, right? Or were they in like Heavy Metal magazine or something?
The Warren publication. Jose Gonzalez? Could that be? Jose Gonzalez could be a
Yeah.
baseball player. He's a
No.
baseball player, but he's holding up a real bat. Not, I mean, not like the animal bat, not the baseball bat.
Is it? Yeah, I think that's close. That's close. Who said Jose Gonzalez? That's pretty close. Not Juan.
Jimenez?
No. So the planet of vampires. Well, if they're vampires and they, all right, here comes the logic part. If they're vampires and they need blood to survive, but there's only one human, but they're afraid of it, how do they survive? What are they eating?
I made up I made up that one human guy thing.
Oh,
It's sort of like, I ever seen uh, Bicycle Repairman from Monty Python, where the world where everyone is Superman, but the bicycle breaks down, and then there's only one normal guy who's a bicycle repairman, and he's like the hero.
well, that's like your
Yeah,
fantasy,
Jose Gonzalez is the painter for this.
right?
So everyone has that cardboard cutout, but I don't know how you can have a cardboard cutout if her feet aren't flat on the ground because there's perspective. You would have like one foot that's like a foot in the air.
Now, how do I make this battle damaged? That's what I'm thinking.
You can put cracks in her armor, her shoulder pad.
Like, is her outfit like, or is her outfit torn up? Dashy?
Isn't
Is
it
it Dashley?
already
Dashley,
torn up?
thank you for the follow. Yeah, I mean, it's already pretty bare. I mean, if she had any battle damage, she would be dead, right? Because there's like no armor on her. As a vampire, is she able to heal at a faster rate, or is that from an alien? Because I don't know. There's a lot of questions to be asked. Maybe her hair is like sliced off because she's. And,
How about you forego the battle damage just for this drawing?
nah, man, I gotta do battle damage on every single sketch. There's gotta be battle damage.
Thanks a lot, Golf Boy Sunday. I did a Batman image today or yesterday. Um, it has a Robert Pattinson Batman, so I just put that up earlier today.
Yeah, hey Sean, that Robert Pattinson Batman. Do you think that the mask is something that just like it only goes up to here? It looks like it's like the mask is something that's only like this that comes off, right?
Yeah, I don't know how. I think it must be like a helmet.
Yeah. By the way, not too many compliments for Sean. Okay, this is technically kind of my stream.
So you don't do the big hair too much, right? I mean, given the choice, you would have the hair like kind of close to the head and straight.
Yeah, I think I like to have. Well, her hair. I guess the modern version, her hair is all kind of blown out, but I kind of like this one where it's.
It's much classier.
But I'm trying to figure out, is the hair going in front of the collar or behind the collar? And then what do I do with his hand? Is she holding the bat?
It'd be funny if you put a baseball bat there, and you explain that you're not very familiar with the character, so there's
Yeah,
a
I should.
communication error.
I should do that. That's good. I'm out of room though. I think the baseball bat will have to be in this hand.
Oh, look at that hand! That's
Yeah.
holy cat! I didn't know. I thought there was like some guy jumping behind her shoulder, but
No, that's her hand.
yeah.
I
So
got.
now that changes everything because now you engage the deep space.
Yeah. Now I gotta make the forearm fit, and then
So did you imagine that from the start, or is this kind of like a course correction here
this
with
is a
that hand?
this is a mid drawing course correction.
Oh, okay. Because those are always tough because unless you conceive of it from the beginning, you take a risk because then you're like, well, is the head matching, whatever, and all that. And that's when you get the eraser out and then you wipe the whole damn thing away.
Yeah, I might have to erase. I mean, the hand you can get away with the hand anywhere you want. It's just then how do you connect the hand? Because the hand, you know,
Yeah, that works. That you can have the hand there. I mean, it could absolutely be there.
The difficult part is to draw the rest of the arm.
Yeah. Imagine if you're drawing like a Adventure Time, connecting the hand to the body is no big deal.
Yeah, it's just a little noodle. There you go. It's done. Look at
Yeah.
this.
I I like the way that looks, but I hate the fact that artists can do that, and then we can't because of the genre we're working in.
It requires a little bit more skill.
Baby Doll Dream says your style is so elegant.
Thank you, baby doll. Have you hit that follow button? I told myself before the stream today to try to mention that a couple times.
Like, follow, subscribe. Thanks for the super chats. Yeah. In case you didn't know, anyone who's talking now is you're actually on super chat, so you're giving us money.
See, now I gotta figure out how this works. I mean, she's basically nude, right? I mean, most superheroes are basically nude. There's
Yeah,
no
but
way
she
you.
is
Hmm?
really nude.
Yeah.
She is
I'm
really even more than like Elektra.
technically you don't really. There's no way to see all that muscle, even on dudes, like the stomach, rib cages. Everyone's wearing armor or some kind of like spandex. Even spandex, a lot of times it's very difficult to see all that detailed definition of abs.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't suck down into the valleys of the
Yeah.
anatomy, so it's like a trampoline. It pulls tight on top.
Unless it's wet and you're battling and you're sweating or it's raining, but I don't know. What do you think, Sean? Is this coming out okay?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, the hand is in the right place. You can do whatever with the arm. I mean, just live with it for a while, because you can always
Does she have any arm
bend it
hair?
more.
Does she have any armpit hair?
She's an alien.
Right. I mean, do aliens in that planet have armpit hair?
No, she only has hair, or us guys want it.
Well, it depends. Isaac, hey man, welcome. Good to see you again. Isaac, I call this Isaac. Isaac from India. So Sean, you have any big plans for the weekend? Oh, I need to
Well,
move the drawing
yeah.
up, so I'm drawing the boobs. How old is Vampirella?
She's she's an alien, so I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she's like 200 years old.
Right, how old is she compared to Earth age? Is she like the equivalent of like a 20-year-old?
So you're asking that question as you're drawing her chest. So you're trying to.
Right, I need to determine like. I mean, she's only a teenager.
Hey, the shoe thief is here.
Shoe thief? Chaz West. Chaz West. Welcome to the stream. Good morning, Isaac. How is it? How are things in India? I was at the India Comic Con in December this past year. Sean, you should go next time.
If there is a next time.
There's always going to be a next time.
Oh, see, I was right. Vampirella is 224 years old.
Wow. Earth years or alien years?
Okay, Earth years.
So how did she come to Earth? Like, was she part of a scout mission? They ran out of humans to eat. Uh,
Well, she's not a villain, right? I mean, or is she an anti-hero, anti-heroine? Oh, Yoji said Baltimore Comic Con is still on.
yeah, that heard. Or Yoji said that the other day. I mean, actually earlier today on Mike's stream. Um, really,
I don't. I don't. They're gonna cancel it probably later on.
you should reach out to Nathan. Yeah, she's holding a bat.
Oh, come on! You really gonna do the bat
She's
joke?
holding a bat.
Okay.
It's kind of weird, this angle. The arm.
Yeah, I'd love to go to India. Um, I guess if we have that, if we have Comic Cons again, or if we're able to fly.
Serpentine666, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. I see you've been streaming as well, playing video games. This arm's going to be difficult to fake. The one that's holding the bat, because yeah, I'm drawing it in
Because what?
segments. Well, I'm drawing it in segments. I didn't think about it before I drew it.
Yeah, that's always a
So,
risky thing, but you usually can pull it off though.
yeah, it's going to take some erasing.
So if she's holding a baseball bat, does the value of this drawing go down or did it go up?
I think it went up.
I'm gonna do a Babe Ruth with the animal bat, saying that I know nothing about sports and you know nothing about comics.
Yeah. Does she have like hand wrist cuffs?
Like the Chippendales cups.
Has anybody ever interviewed the designer of the original Vampirella artist, and what was in their mind when they see? I see some with like some wristbands, but then that doesn't look like an official Vampirella drawing. I think I should copy. I'm gonna copy Archer.
Okay, so you're right about the blood supply ran out on their planet, and then there was an American space shuttle crashed on Draculon, and then she travels to Earth. But then she begins hunting for dark remnants of her own race. But what are elements of her own race, remnants of her own race, doing on Earth? Strange.
They were the Vampire Battlestar Galactica.
So I don't know how many of these original creators are still alive. I mean, Forrest J. Ackerman, Trina Robbins is still alive. Frank Frazetta is not. And Tom Sutton, I don't know.
When did Frank Frazetta pass away?
Or did he?
I don't think he passed away. Did he? He passed away?
Well, there is a lot of dispute over his estate. I think his family is.
Oh,
So yeah, I think he did.
I think it'd be cool if I just did the outfit in the red with like red watercolors.
Oh, without even drawing it.
Yeah, without drawing it in. So if I drew
And
her like as if she was nude.
you are not afraid to take risks.
Well, we're just having
So
fun here. So
did you say that this drawing right now is past the point of no return, or we don't have to worry about you erasing the whole
I
thing and
I
starting
could
over
still
again?
erase it. I could still erase it. See right now if I look at it, I'm
That's
looking at it on the
crazy.
screen. Like the head looks like it's too big.
Well, that's the tilt problem, right? Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you don't do the thing where you kind of lean back real far and kind of tilt your head and look at it cockeyed. and then you go back to drawing it. That way you can avoid going too far before checking the proportions. Well, you do that thing where you take a picture of it with your
Yeah,
iPhone.
usually I take a
And,
picture of it with my phone.
yeah, so you're giving away all the secrets here.
Taking a picture with your phone is the best way.
Yeah, it's equivalent of basically going to sleep and looking at the drawing the next morning, except you compress that time to about like 15 seconds.
Or like flipping it over and using the light box. But then if I do that, I'm gonna mess up the whole camera system. It's still not beyond erasing and starting over again. I mean, in theory, I should be able to replicate this if I wanted to. Right? In theory.
Seen Jim Lee get pretty far along, and then after a while he took somehow he traced it over. I'm not sure how he traced it.
Oh, maybe with another piece. See, I'm erasing the torso. Like this is like too thin. Yeah, I really think this is the angle that I'm sitting at. Somehow.
B-Dub is asking me why there's a picture on Comic Find of me holding up a union sign. Like, it's kind of strange that there's been pictures of me that are taken at conventions. Some of them are like really bad pictures, but there's one that seems to go around the most. And I'm not sure what made that one have such a high Google priority. That picture is actually the one you're using right now for my avatar, the head,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And then everywhere you go, you see the picture of me holding up a union sign. That was just a joke. I mean, I was just kind of like, who took that picture?
I think I
Remember
took it.
Valerie Durazio? I think, yeah, she took it
Oh, she took
at a
it?
con that we were both at, yeah.
Penn
And
Plaza.
she said she wanted to take a picture of me, and I said, oh, here, let me do my imitation of Norma Ray. So I wrote Union on the back of the drawing board. I held it up, and she took a picture. Um, but then now everyone thinks I'm like some sort of like rabble rouser, and especially now because people are talking more and more now about unionizing comic book artists because there seems to be so much like abuse. So, but there's nothing to that. It was just a joke.
Sean, I thought you were really in the movement.
Yeah, the pictures will tell their own story regardless.
Golf Boy Sunday's telling me not to erase. Well, I started over on torso.
Oh wow! So let's do this says that that's the picture. That's my picture on the Marvel website.
Really? There's a picture. There's a Marvel website.
Well, the Marvel fandom wiki, but
Oh,
the sign
fandom
is cut
wiki.
off. Yeah, yeah. So
Not too happy with this arm. All right, I'm gonna turn on the light box.
oh, so this is a trick where you flip it over, and it's the same thing as looking at it in the mirror, and instantly all the problems will jump out at you.
Yeah.
And you can save yourself a lot of time. You do it at this stage early on, so you don't want to wait until all the rendering, all the shadings in there, and then look at it in the mirror or flip it over in a light box and realize that you have like a couple of hours of heading down the wrong direction. So, so that hand disappeared.
Yeah, because if on the light box I would draw the hand, the rest of the arm.
Oh yeah, draw through the body.
Yeah, I'd draw through the body that way. Um, Instead of just trying to connect it in thin air.
I never understood that whole idea of flipping the drawing upside down. I understand if you don't have a mirror,
Upside
but
down.
what information do you get from flipping it upside down? I mean, it's upside down. I can't get past the fact that it's upside down.
Who's saying upside down?
Well, it's a common trick that people do, and Yojimbo just brought it up. But it's the same thing as looking at it in a mirror, except that I mean, who doesn't have a mirror around
All right,
to
here we
check
go.
their work? Are you getting good information now, upside down?
All right, let's see. Let me sketch this through. Excuse that line thing that's going through the screen. What is that called?
Moray.
Moray?
Um, yeah, this paper also, there's a type of paper, I think the Strathmore, the 9 by 12, you can't really see through it on a light box.
It's tough. This
Like
is
the
the.
Marvel paper, like some paper you can see through very easily. It's not flipped over and upside down because I think flipping over and upside down is kind of redundant. Um, in fact, you get basically it cancels each other out. But the best thing to do is flip it over, look at it in a mirror, or flip it over in a light box. But looking in a mirror, you can't draw. I mean, you'll see all the
Yeah.
mistakes, but there's nothing you can really do about it. So this one you can actually draw live on the mirror image of your drawing, and you'd be surprised. Like it can look perfect to you, right reading. Then you flip it over on the light box, and all of a sudden everything looks whack, and you can fix it right there.
Like this
And what's
this
strange
line
is
right here. Yeah.
if you flip it over again and see it right reading, then you can still see the problems. Like you have to see it first in mirror image, and then you can retain it when you flip it back over. You can it just makes all the problems jump out, but you can still see it when you flip it back over with the right reading. It's just strange little brain trick.
Oh, this is trying to trick the brain.
Yeah, and I think surprisingly, it's not a trick that many artists use too often, but it's the cheapest, fastest way to get your drawing to be about 10 to 15% better without almost without any effort.
I would say even more than that.
Yeah, I mean, if accuracy is your thing, yeah, like maybe 20% better. So there's a lot of artists out there just purely out of ignorance aren't doing this, and they're kind of leaving money on the table. It's just like it's very easy. Flip it over, make those corrections. And your drawing's much better for it, and you'll be known for being a better artist. But it can't be out of laziness. They just simply just don't know about this trick.
That's kidding.
Yeah, so you got a very tough angle of the face going on. I think 3/4 from below is probably the hardest. But you should never avoid it. I mean, there's one artist out there that you look at the work, and then in every scene, everyone's facing forward. Because I mean, sometimes it's 3/4. I actually find that the facing forward is one of the hardest to draw because um, it's hard to get a likeness because you can't see any depth because all the features can be flat. Like you don't know if someone the length of someone's nose, not the length downward, but the length coming out of their face. You don't know because perspective hides it. So you turn the face to 3/4, then you'll know like exactly what shape and how long that nose is, and that's an important part of likeness. So likeness is easy to do in a 3/4 view.
Look at his torso. It's way too far out. Look at the rib cage out here. Now I'm drawing it. I'm like, man, this shoulder needs to move back.
Oh boy.
You kind of see
So
where
you
the
are
shoulder
kind of
was.
redrawing it.
Yeah, the shoulder needs to be. So in this format, you can draw. I like to sometimes draw out all the muscles.
Yeah, it's good for anatomical masses on the backside. Then you can kind of pick and choose which lines you want to keep on the front. So a lot of the structure stuff can be handled on the back, and also a lot of perspective lines I put on the back. And then you draw the actual facade of the building, but you draw the, the grid on the back, like very quickly and very messy. But I was looking at the backs of some of your comic pages, and I was kind of shocked because on the back you drew a guy, But you also drew his whiskers on the backside.
Yeah, sometimes I get carried away. You always want to like get detailed. Sometimes the whisker is just the testing out a particular pattern.
Serial Hero is leaving.
Who?
Serial Hero has to
Serial
go.
Heroes. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. Make sure you hit that follow button. Matthew Crosshart. See you next time, Serial Heroes. Are you more of a morning person? J Dang. B Dub 209. Got that Gundam. Oh, what happened there? Serial. See? Serial, you just started following now? Come on. You've been watching for like half an hour, 45 minutes, and you're just following now?
Well, is there incentives for followers? I mean, there's subscribers, and I don't even know the difference between
Well, the
subscribers and
incentive of
followers.
following is that you can know when we're on live, and the next time, if you're here at till the end, or even halfway through, we give away something. You can win a sketch or a sketchbook. That's the incentive. I mean, you can watch it on replay. I don't have to move the hand. I can leave the hand where it is, but
It's just leading up to the hand is a little bit tough.
yeah, the part that's
sometimes.
leading up to the hand is.
So this is cool. It's a real lesson in anatomy here. I mean, you got all of those muscles and bones, bony landmarks. You have the clavicle, what they call the
Magic.
collarbone.
Magic 622, thank you for the follow.
If you ever looked at a collarbone, one of the reasons why the human anatomy is so hard to draw, it's just no rhyme or reason to the shape. It's like organic. It starts out vertical in one plane, it twists around, it ends up in another plane. So yeah, the collarbone's very strange. Even that sternocleidomastoid thing, really complex shape for something that's basically a muscle that goes from the ear to the bottom of the neck. It takes on an unusual shape.
Ooh, man. Look at all this erasing.
Yeah, the struggle is real, but that's what it takes, right? Sometimes, it's good to not know how to draw because everything you put down looks great to you. Um, the more discerning your eye gets as you get better, you can you can spot the mistakes, and that's when a lot of the joy goes out of drawing because you can see everything you're doing wrong, and you may not know exactly how to fix it. So you do trial and error, trial and error. Everything ends up being a struggle. And you think the days when you were younger, everything you did was great because you didn't know any better.
Sean, when you used to draw when you were younger, did you make sound effects?
In my head, yes.
So what would the sound effects for Vampirella be?
Zoom. um, so what did you learn all this anatomy? Is this purely by observation?
I had
Did you study abroad?
observation, yes. I studied abroad. Studied a few broads. Wei, ni hao. Wei, you can't tell who I'm drawing? I've not done my job. There's only like
Wait till the
one.
blood goes in.
There's only like one female character with a high collar.
And that collar is attached to this really strong O-ring that's really, really made out of like high tensile steel.
Well, it's
Because
alien. You don't know
if
if
it
it's steel.
breaks, yeah, yes, if it breaks, everything comes off.
I mean, why even have the collar on it? I mean, I don't know.
Okay, she's classy.
Because she has to get into like a restaurant that only you can only wear collared shirts.
Yeah, college church, yes. It's like when you used to go to a strip club.
What?
They would wear like leggings up to the thigh, but nothing else. Like
Oh,
that's your choice to put that on.
I thought you were gonna say when you used to go to a gentleman's club,
No.
they would make you put a shirt with a collar on. This back is too thick. So now I'm also like, sometimes what you draw on the back you don't like, but you get a gauge.
Yeah, sometimes I get mixed up like which side is the front side. I end up drawing and I realized that the figure is facing the other way now from what I started out because I worked back and forth so much that I just lost sight of which one was the front side.
Well, I usually put an arrow at the top of the page on the back side.
Yeah.
I put an arrow, and that'll indicate which is right, which is left. Mm. I might have to start over.
Oh no. I thought we were so in the clear with this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too happy with it. I'm going back. I'm not too happy with this elbow connection here.
You can maybe even hyper the elbow almost touches the edge of the paper.
Yeah, you think it needs to extend out more? That's actually
Um,
better if it came out more. Uh, I mean, sometimes you can just put stuff like foreshortening, then I don't even have to figure out the joint because everything is just.
yeah, if you just cover with that a big hand.
Yeah, I thought that. Well, that's what I was trying to do initially. I thought I could get away with just having a big hand.
Golf Boy Sunday said that you should be player one on the left.
Who, Sean?
Since if it's your stream, that you would be player one. So does player one usually is that on the left side usually?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, I never played Street Fighter. I guess. That's a good point. I like that. Attention to detail. I got it. See, like the head is too big. Ideally, if this was a sketch for production, I would just leave it as this and then reduce it once I scan it in. Because it would require me to redraw this whole thing. The neck is too long.
I would kind of try to stick it out with this one. I mean, there's so much going on that's good with it. I drew, uh, I've drawn flying armored figures a lot in my days. So I drew a flying armored figure, and there was this editor. I won't say who it is, but so this flying armored figure was flying toward the viewer. It's a cover,
Was this at Valiant or
and
Marvel?
well, I'm not gonna say because
Okay,
it just makes the editor look really dumb.
can I take a guess?
No, you can't. So it's flying more or less toward the viewer, and then the editor said like, well, it'd be great if instead of directly toward the viewer, if it was kind of turned like maybe a few degrees, flying toward the right. And I was like, okay, well, you know, I can see maybe why you would want that. but I would have to redraw this whole thing. So there's a time issue, and also it's a lot of work. So I was like, if it's just a few degrees, do you want to just let this one go? And then this person said, it's just a few degrees. Turn the figure a few degrees. I'm like, you can't just. I mean, this person was, not. I kind of knew as an editor,
Yeah.
doesn't really know anything about the process of drawing, but thinks it's like an action figure that can go there and just kind of like turn it a little bit very easily. It's like, no, you got to redraw
Right.
everything from the start. And I tried to explain that, and then she thought, well, no, I just said she
Whoa.
thought that I was just being making a big deal out of nothing. Like I just didn't want to do that little bit more work. I try to explain, no, it's not a little work. I'll do it, but it's a redraw.
I
It's like,
think
no, it's
I
just a
think
few degrees.
this sounds like it was back at Valiant. Yoji, get to work. Uh-oh. Look at that. Wildstorm already found that. Exo Man of War number 4?
There's a lot. I ain't gonna say anything more.
Is that person still in comics?
No.
Okay. Well, see, now the ribcage doesn't fit. Gotta redraw all this. Yeah, this is a very difficult pose.
Bainwrecker has a question about showing your artwork on the stream.
Mm-hmm. What's the question? Bainwrecker. You still haven't won, Bainwrecker. I still haven't won. Hey Bernard, mind if I show on my stream the art I got from you, the Green Lantern page? Yeah, sure. Can you type it in, or put it on Discord? Curious which one, which page. I think also her torso's like should be twisted. Torso. Yeah, I completely erased the.
Yeah, it's sooner or later you would have erased everything that you've drawn. But you say that a lot, though, that the torso should be twisted.
Yeah.
So this is something that comes up. I think when we're drawing in comics, we have a plot, so we have a pose that we need to do. Doing these commission type drawings are just drawing for fun. There is no overall thrust of the body, nothing. There's no story we're telling with it. So you just start drawing stuff, and then that's when your brain tends to make a generic. It just snaps back to a generic pose,
Yeah.
and that's not a good thing. So this normally wouldn't happen when you're doing a comic book where you have to tell a story, a high concept behind the pose. These have no high concept, so you do end up having that problem where it's like, oh, everything's facing the same way or whatever. It just happens. So, but since you pointed it out, just about with every figure you draw on stream, that maybe just think from the beginning, like you gotta have an overall pose in mind, or get a gesture down, and make sure you hit all the check boxes. Is there a twist in the body? And that just comes from doing it again and again. And if you get tired of erasing, then you start putting in these systems in place to mitigate, head off these problems before they become too big.
It's frustrating, this drawing.
Wow, you have a.
Who
Said
suggests?
you have a
Who suggested the
a
drawing?
Wonder Woman omnibus. Yeah. You have a Wonder Woman omnibus.
I do. Well, it's a Gail Simone omnibus, of which I have like 6 or 7 issues in. That was the first regular work for DC. My first work for DC was a Superman Plus the Legionnaires. Um, that was like 1996. Um, Single one shot. Uh, and then in 2008, Dan DiDio came to me and asked if I was interested in drawing a monthly book. We had a meeting. Met at Mel's Diner here in LA. It's the famous car hop diner where Happy Days. I think they filmed Happy Days from there.
Arnold.
Or yeah, it was like one of those. Or maybe it wasn't Happy Days. It was what's the one with Robert De Niro? It was or Al Pacino, the one that was similar. Anyways, we had like a lunch slash dinner meeting. Thank you, Y. Thank you for ordering the omnibus. I think it's like $75. It's expensive,
Wow, that's what an omnibus goes for.
but it's like thick. It's like that thick, literally from my eye to my mouth. Um, you know. So originally he wanted me to draw. He asked if I was interested in drawing Teen Titans. At the time, this was pre New 52. I was like, I don't know if I want to draw a monthly teen book as my first book back. You know, teen books are like tough, right? And you gotta draw like 5 or 6 characters. A lot of the panels all have those 5 or 6 characters in them. So the book is just a lot. It's a lot of work.
A lot of people don't know that when you draw one person, you're drawing one person. When you're drawing two people, it's not like 1 plus 1. It ends up being a lot more. It's like drawing 3 or 4, especially if they're doing something like fighting or dancing or whatever, interacting in any way. All of a sudden, the complexity just goes up by a lot.
Yeah. And if even if they're standing and talking, everybody should have like different body gestures. You know, if you just draw the same, basically the same pose, it's boring after a while. What if I brought her other arm up? Would that make it easier?
Wow, you're really going off course with this thing. I mean, from what it was planned.
Yeah. I might have to scrap the bat. What if I did a other hand here? Like she's going like this.
Yeah, like a spooky voguing type pose.
Yeah. That would help solve this issue right here.
And it's got a lot more character.
Right? Bring her breast up, like this breast would lift up. Look at that. Who suggested this damn character? What was something baby something?
Yeah, sounds like that.
Can we ban her?
Is he even here or she?
I don't know.
I think she like suggested and took off. Yeah, it's Baby Doll Dreams.
Baby Doll Dreams is still here.
Daydreams, yeah.
I don't know. What are grounds for banning from this? This is also like because it's a character I haven't drawn before, you know. So not only are you just trying to, for me, figure out the costume, which Vampirella is easy costume to figure out, right? But you want to you want to put her in a pose that's like interesting.
Yeah, this is a very characteristic pose. I mean, I think it's very Vampirella. It's called the I want to suck your blood.
This is called the band baby doll from the stream pose. Okay, let me go back to the front. All right, look at this big difference here.
Oh, this was the back the whole time.
Yeah.
Really solid anatomy, though.
Thanks, but sometimes it takes a while. Today, it's sometimes you boom, you start drawing, and first couple times you hit it.
Well, these kind of started out. I mean, last year as headshots.
Yeah. Trying to build the muscle, trying to build the stream muscle, right? We're trying to draw and talk at the same time, and then challenge myself to draw even more.
So, how long was it that you took a hiatus from streaming?
Like a year.
Okay, so
And
knowing that happened in the past, like everyone should know that at any time you can just disappear, right?
I could. I mean, once if the animation project goes into full gear, depending on the amount of workload that's going to be involved in that, and then any other side projects, we could, in theory, disappear. I mean, although we're going to be working from home most likely, so I would like to continue the stream if, in the event that happens. Become kind of like a regular thing. I mean, I'm actually having a lot of fun drawing, and I hope you guys are having a lot of fun listening to some of our silly stories. I mean, we haven't even. Oh, look at this. Gordier, summer from 1983.
So, I remember on your early stream, you have a timer set up. Was it set up for 7 minutes?
Yeah.
And then you draw ahead in 7 minutes.
Right.
And now look what it's become.
Yeah, and
But
now
this
it's
is
an hour and a half, and we're not even
this is
close.
like quality stuff, though, because I mean, you're not just drawing a head. Like the head is just there is no there's nothing going on with the head. But as soon as you attach it to a neck and a body, and there's arms there, the complexity goes up like exponentially. But I'm glad you're not doing the 7-minute heads, because I mean, how many times can you do that before everyone kind of seen it all? They're not really learning that much more.
7-minute heads. Plus, 7-minute head sketches I can do if I'm not talking. But if I have to talk and explain what I'm doing, oof, forget it. Originally, I thought, oh yeah, I just bang it out, but then doing that, I wasn't pleased with the quality of the work. So, what do you think of this hand? Look at that. What do you think of that hand? I don't know about the pinky. It's kind of too big.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's pretty nice. Without the pinky, I mean, that pinky really does it, I think.
It's just like, it's like this. Yeah.
But really, it's really weird though. None of this stuff was conceived of it when it started out. Like that hand, just that whole arm and that hand just came in.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that adding that thing that it's going to work, because it wasn't conceived from the start. But you can actually make it work.
I like actually this arm in the back. Can make this shoulder a little smaller. Oof. Getting kind of hungry. No bat. No bat.
Yes. Well, we're trying to ask everyone if the baseball bat, would it increase the value or decrease the value of this drawing?
What do you guys think?
Because you just made it. made it one big joke. I mean, it was all classy before, and now
It would be funny. Can I still incorporate the bat into this?
not in the way you're thinking. So B Dub said it would have added to the drawing.
What if she had like a baseball bat earring?
Or in the original Jose drawing, where the bat is on her hand, you
Yeah.
put the bat exactly where the bat was. And I
Right.
don't like like how ridiculous that would be.
Yeah. If you weren't here earlier, Sean mentioned, oh yeah, that classic Vampirella with the bat on her, with her holding the bat on her hand. And when he said that, I was like, I thought baseball bat. So I'm looking up all this. I'm looking through Google image search, trying to find, looking for a baseball bat. The baseball bat with Vampirella. And I'm like, what? Why would she be holding a bat? Like Harley Quinn holds a bat or a hammer, right? Okay, what do you think? I think we got the
Yeah, once you nail down the pose, it's just smooth sailing because then it's
yeah
just surface treatment, and that's when you can talk and you can just do whatever, and then the risk of failure is gone. Like you pass the point where it's in kind of like it's out of the ICU.
yeah.
So
A lot of times you see people on stream like they've already gotten this stuff down, and then now they're like
yeah,
filling in the rest. This is all the hard part, man. This is now just like going in darker with the pen. I actually found another pencil too. Let me show you. Let me show off this new pencil. Where is it? It's an Orenz.
I think it's pronounced orange.
Is it Orenz?
No.
The kind of, this is the box. Orenz .5. This is it. This is a new Pentel pencil. This is supposedly their state of the art, their newest
Wow.
version of this. This is a Pentel, right? This is the graph pen. It's a little bit shorter. Um, this area is kind of plasticky, where this is like, I guess this is plastic also, but it has some rubber. So this one I got. Also, thank you, Janoff's Stationery. Um, but I'm using this one. I used this on the Cora yesterday, when after I did all this stuff and in watercolor, I went over it because I knew that these things come with HB lead, right? This should be like. This one comes with HB lead, so I know it's like super soft, so it's super dark. Whereas this is like H or 2H, depending on the lead that's in there. Never knowing, so.
Do you ever use the eraser that's on the back of the pencil?
No, I don't. Look, should be brand new. Oh no, this one I did, maybe. But yeah, usually I never use it. Let's see this one.
Is there a reason you don't use
Very
it?
rarely
Because
use it.
it seems like it'd be very convenient because it's
Well,
just
because then you gotta flip it over. You gotta take off the top. I mean, I got my
yeah.
regular
But
trusty eraser already, so
do you know how to flip? You know how like the Chinese people flip pencils around?
yeah, I don't know how to do that. I was never that good of a student. Um, I, are her nails like super long
What, like
nails?
claws?
Yeah, are they like claws?
So with those mechanical pencils, the way I judge them is um, whether the eraser is good and how much lead it advances and whether the lead swims around in the shank. You
Yeah,
know,
that's the other thing. I found this one, the Kohinoor. They don't make these anymore because I don't think Kohinoor. It's under a different brand name.
Oh, those are crap now.
But this is the old one. This is one from back in Valiant days, '03.
Yeah, yeah, those are good.
Yeah. The
The
new ones are cheaper, right? The plastic is
yeah.
cheaper. So also like the Orans, I'm not exactly thrilled because the lead that comes out is like super close to the nib, to the metal part.
But
So
that's good though because I think the bad pencils advance too much lead and it snaps.
yeah,
So
that's true.
it's good to give it like 1 or 2 clicks. If you give it 1 click and it comes out too much, I always have to do a thing where I click it and then I push it back in a little bit, and that's a pain about because you can do that like 100 times per page.
It's a lot of wasted waste. It's inefficient,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, Longo has a little criticism in drawing there.
Uh oh, her right forearm. This forearm, her right forearm, or this one. This one actually is. Look, he is right. This is a little too long. Because if the wrist starts here,
Well, I mean, at least that one's easy to fix.
man, I thought we were gonna ban two people tonight.
And no criticism. This is not Jim Lee's stream. You have to just keep your mouth shut.
People criticize Jim Lee's stream.
Well, because he has so many people, there's always some guy in there. It's like, whatever, it's too long. And then Jim, he's a confident guy. I mean, he knows his place in the industry, so he can take it all in stride. Um,
It's
but yeah,
funny.
I guess you're allowed to do that. I mean, you're allowed to say whatever you want. It's cool, constructive criticism.
Yeah,
Bernard can take it. He's a
yeah,
big boy.
I can take it. I can take it. There's a kid today when I posted the Cora image on Instagram, and I don't want anybody to retaliate against this person. Just since we're on the subject of like criticism, it's funny. Sometimes I get comments on when you post stuff, and so today there was someone that posted. Let me try to remember. He's like, I don't want to be rude, but this crap does
No.
not look like Cora.
Wow, they said that.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't want to be
Did you
rude.
leave it up?
I
Or?
don't want to be rude, but this crap doesn't look like Cora. So I wrote back, I'm like, ha ha ha, like three happy faces or laughing faces. I'm like, well, if you didn't want to be rude, then don't call it crap. And then, right? I mean, I know
Well, the guy's probably
it's a
like 12
saying.
years old.
Yeah, yeah. So I looked them up, and I think it's like some kid. So I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna escalate this. Um,
Usually you
I was gonna
don't
reply
Instagram.
like, do you know your parents? Do your parents approve of your kind of language you're using? But yeah, it's some kid. So
Yeah, someone today on that Batman drawing, uh, someone said like, "Well, this looks really good. Do you do work just for fun on Instagram, or is this paid work? Like, can I pay you to draw this?" And I was like, "Well, right now I'm drawing Batman Beyond, so my commission thing isn't open right now. So the stuff I do on Instagram is for fun, but I do work as well."
hmm
And then he couldn't understand. It's like, why would you draw when you can do the same thing and get money for it? Why would you just draw for fun when you could be making money for it? And I didn't respond, but then a bunch of other people responded. I was like, wow.
yeah. What did the other people say?
Well, I mean, just kind of saying the difference between client work and work for fun. As soon as there's a client attached, it's a whole different mindset. And then I have a right to draw whatever I want, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I very rarely draw for fun.
Yeah, I used to say like I don't pick up my pencil less than $3, but
Yeah.
that's it's different now.
Long. What do you think about this arm now? Does Long approve?
Yeah, it's let's do this. I guess he saw the thread. I said, let the man look. As if I was being harassed.
What happened? Right, right,
Oh,
right. Yeah,
that's
his response. I don't remember asking, which is like, well, you did because you wrote, I don't mean to be rude, but I don't want to be rude, but which is, I felt like responding to that, but then I'm like, it's a kid, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can open up a can of worms if you respond.
Yeah, I mean, it's a kid, no big deal.
Remember, like, if you're really, really popular, like Cameron Stewart used to have a ton of followers. So when he does a drawing, the number of views he gets were staggering. And of course, you can always get someone in the peanut gallery will say something like, so, like, I really like your drawing usually, but I think that this leg looks really short. And he has to deal with this all the time. So his standard thing was to write uh, Po body's nerfect. And then also he has the balls to just leave the drawing in place and leave the comment in place and just let it all hang out
Yeah.
because it's what it's about, and honesty.
H
And
Train 42, thank you for the follow. I wanted to throw that in before I forgot. I think this bicep's a little too big. Tricep. Mm.
I think next you should draw. Um, what is it? One of those guys from Adventure Time. How about
Something.
Jake the dog? You should draw Jake the dog and then give yourself a good 2 hours to finish.
How about a South Park character? Okay. Anything else? Long? I'm not. This looks a little stiff right here. This elbow area.
What is Jim Lee's rant on the best one yet comment? Like, why would he find that offensive?
What happened?
Uh,
Oh, so
Somebody
yeah,
else
he
who
said
wants.
that I think on his last stream, like some comments people leave. I guess he keeps track of. Um, I don't know. I wouldn't say offensive. Are they offensive tweets? I mean, comments, or are they just like? I mean, that was the other thing too. I remember Sean, you telling me. I think this was a conversation you had with Joe Quesada about sometimes like you meet there are people there are like you get some people that bash you online, haters or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But then
Yeah.
like
He was.
yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. You wanna.
Um. Well, he was saying that, uh, like in the early days of the internet, you don't really know. Like, no one has put out the memo that people act differently on the internet. So there'd be a lot of bashers, and then it can really get you down. But I think um, after a while, you get to understand, like, well, that's online people and real people are different. So he would say that when he goes to a baseball game, he would see like fans just kind of heckle the players
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of give them shit, saying like you suck and everything. And then when the guy walked by toward the dugout, they're like, hey, 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 like, and they want to shake his hand and
Get an
give him a high
autograph.
five or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah. So then Joe said, hey, that's like the internet. It's like,
yeah,
when you're in the stands, way up there, you can say whatever you want. Um, but fans can be very two faced that way.
yeah. Kind of reminds me of like when I heard that is like, yeah, I mean when I was a kid, you go to like these wrestling shows, and you're like cussing at the wrestlers, you're like fuck you, all this stuff, and then you're like, yeah, you go home like, yeah, I cussed out uh um what's his name, and just some kind of reaction. But then later on, you realize, like, oh, I mean, for like wrestling and sports, I think it's a little bit more common than per se comics per se. But Long's making me feel very conscious of this,
This is getting under your skin.
and I don't really like this. It still doesn't look right. Oops, just knocked the camera out.
Yeah, I used to look at Sia Om. I think that's how her name is pronounced. She does really great work, and because the fact that she has like 500,000 followers, you'll get some people who chime in and say like, do that. I don't mean to be rude. Like normally, I really like your stuff, but I think this, point out problems, and of course, you can't throw down with them or defend yourself. So she would always say like, "Thank you very much for your critique," um, and then she'll try to explain but not make excuses. It's just handle it very classily, but it's got to be strange, and you don't get too much of that on Instagram, but like Twitter is kind of a toxic place, and Facebook can be.
Yeah. So don't heck with that kid. It's actually, I think he's like junior high, if maybe elementary school. Which is kind of shocking that an elementary school kid would post something like, "But this crap." But you know what? Who cares? I mean, I think we need to ban long. Long. Can I do some kind of smoke effect that can if I add some kind of smoke effect with that?
But really, like, think about it. If this was a drawing of a character on the Cartoon Network, any type of struggling you're doing with the arm just would not be there.
What if she's holding the bat?
Oh no! All right.
Look at this. I can still do this. If I do the bat be like right here in the foreground. That
I don't
way,
think all these are very risky moves you're doing. I would say that a lot of these things, I mean, it's great to explore, but to me, the failure rate would be very high with these um, because they drastically change the drawing.
yeah. But then
Oh man, you're hiding the forearm
I'm
with the
hiding the
bat.
forearm with the bat. Look at that. Right? How about that? I'm
I
hiding the
remember
forearm with the bat.
when you were you were sculpting what that Tommy Lee Edwards figure,
Yeah.
and I was saying like, oh, Randy Bowen says like it's great when you have a character with long hair because you sculpt one ear and just cover the other ear with hair, and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, because Tommy has that lion mane for hair. See, look at it. Now I don't even have to draw the form because it's covered. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
that's that's a cop out. Yeah. Whenever I erase, the camera seems to shake. I gotta get. I think I need to get a new stand to hold. I'm using an old light post. That's lamp too. Uh,
I think I got one of those stands. I'm getting one for my birthday. It's probably gonna be delivered.
nice. Yeah. So that way you can we can have you draw one day.
Oh, that's gonna be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Don't you want
I'm gonna have
everybody
to do.
wants Sean to draw, right?
Well, I would do that thing that where you make sure that the drawing is out of ICU before you start doing. You just basically finish it online.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever. Do we want to sing "Happy Birthday" again to Sean?
Oh, come on, that was so long ago. Just save it for the next time.
Happy birthday to Sean. Happy
Everyone's.
birthday.
Um, I have the book launch coming out in September,
That's
which
right.
is less than a week from now. So it was just announced today. The book is coming out. So I drew this 10-page little custom comic that kind of promotes it. It's on my Instagram. It's the very last post that I put up. I thought it was pretty funny. but I don't know if people are reading it because it's you know how Instagram allows you 10 multiple photos.
Mm-hmm.
I used all 10 for this, and then I don't think people really like to read comics on Instagram. But I thought it was funny though. I think you should all check it out.
I
And
didn't read it yet.
yeah, it's yeah. I mean, who wants to read anything? But I think it's pretty funny because the comic was out on Instagram, my Instagram, and also at Next Chapter's website in full, so you can read all 50 some pages of the comic for free.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're putting out a print form of it, and there's a lot of extra stuff. But that comic was all about the difference of print versus digital, and that kind of told the story. It's very factual. You'll learn something about exactly why. Whenever you ask someone if they prefer print over, always say they prefer print because they like to hold it in their hands.
Yeah.
Every time I hear that, it just makes no sense to me. It's like that's so trivial. Who cares? You can hold it in your hands. Um, but then, so I did a real deep dive into it and looked up some data, some scientific data, and that little 10-page comic kind of explains that whole thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
because it starts off with the overhead shot of the one person
yeah,
looking at the tablet, one person looking at a book, right?
right,
Mm.
right. And then it goes really into some.
Did you
I mean,
use?
it's science, but it's also very funny.
But there's like a monkey. I remember there's monkeys. They're chasing after a
Yeah,
monkey. The monkey throws a bone, or the caveman throws a bone. The bone turns into a scroll.
yeah. It's a there's this portion that takes off on 2001: Space Odyssey. Um, but it was fun drawing it. But I think it was also very audacious, and it's tough when if you're a person like me, if you're like kind of like maybe introverted and you kind of I don't know, maybe it's a Chinese thing, but you don't really draw attention to yourself like and say like I'm great. But this is a book launch, and there's a company behind it, and they've invested in it. I can't put down my own work. In fact, I have to talk it up, which is the strangest thing. And like I think you don't have this problem. Like when you have to write your bio, you would write your bio and you can pump yourself up. It's all great stuff, but you're like very comfortable doing that. In fact, I think your very first create your own thing is going to be your biography, right?
Yep.
um, and then also your biography, you can almost say that Dr. Mirage was basically you and in your life. With me, it's different. Like it's strange to write my bio and say that just saying that award winning or selling this many, it feels really strange. So in that comic, I have to like
Sean, you
talk
won
like,
an award,
oh, I don't know,
or are
I
you
don't think I
pulling
would.
a, a,
Like,
a DC?
oh, a DC.
Are you pulling one of those? It was the it was the book before. It was the team before you that really won, that got nominated, and then
Yes.
you went to the the awards ceremony and walked up there
So
because they weren't
you
there.
know, I was thinking about this guy, this person who is your mortal enemy. The one of the last times I talked about him, he appeared actually in a photograph in New York Magazine as a interesting New York people.
Mm-hmm.
So then one time he came over to my house and he said, "Hey, I just got off the phone. I'm going to be doing this photo shoot where they're going to write a very short thing about me as a guy who draws comics in the city, and they're going to do a little photo shoot." And I was like, "Oh wow, New York Magazine. Julia, my wife, writes for New York Magazine. That's interesting." And then he looked at me. He was kind of quiet. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out like what's wrong. Um, I think the fact that I mentioned that I had a connection with New York Magazine, he just made a very serious face and said, "Don't ruin this for me." I'm like, "What do you mean?" So I think what he was thinking was that I would kind of block him and then take over this thing and have them show them my work and who I was, and then he was thinking that I would just take that from him
Mm-hmm.
and then they would choose me over him. I was like, wow, God,
Well, they
that's a
would
little
if
strange.
they knew you. You know.
I mean, that's it's so weird that he would think I would do that. And this is completely opposite. Like, we were talking last time about how you was talking to Jim Lee, and Jim Lee said, "Well, we have an opening on, what was that book? The Seven something Team Seven.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to try out," and it's like, "Oh yeah, and can I tell Sean about this?" And Jim is like, "Oh, you want to tell Sean about this?" Like, and then you're like, "Yeah, because he's my friend or whatever." Say like it's a totally different character. Like there's your interaction with me, and then there was his interaction
Oh,
with me. Kind of very different, night and day.
well, that's why I don't like that guy. He is what we would term AFS, all for self. All for self. And we all know people that's all for self.
Well, I mean, I should probably say um, that when you said "don't ruin this," maybe it wasn't a serious thing because I think maybe it was kind of like half joking.
Mm,
I gotta say that because I don't know for sure.
that guy is very, very, very much pent on fame, attention. If he spent the same amount of effort he does promoting himself in his craft, he would be a much better artist. But he's so wrapped up in becoming famous or known that his craft suffers.
All right. Can this kind of talk get you tossed?
His craft?
I mean, just like,
We haven't even said the
uh,
guy's name.
oh yeah. Anyone who's on here long enough can put two and two together. Oh, the creator of Scooby Doo died today.
What?
The co-creator of Scooby Doo,
Hanna-Barbera? Uh,
a guy
uh,
named Joe Ruby, according to Barry.
oh,
You know, I was listening to cartoonist kayfabe, or was it Yes, maybe not. Maybe it was Comics by Perch. He was saying that there's a writer and artist that often co-create something, and the typical personality of the artist is they're just kind of like head down, do your work kind of thing, and the writer's just all about talk. Like writers just like talk, 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 and
yes.
their personality is so big that they can kind of very easily co-opt the creation. And the artist is like, well, you know, so what if you took it? I'll create other things. And
Yep.
the writer is like, I, can very easily take all the credit. And then that, things come into play like lots of money and estates and stuff like that. And it really takes someone digging into exactly what happened and where the division of labor was to figure out how much the artist contributed. Because a lot of times the artist is just very silent and behind the scenes type person.
That is true. I mean, what was that Batman documentary? Right?
Yeah,
Um,
who created Batman? I mean, that's also kind of a controversy.
Gil Kane, Bob Finger? Oh, who were the two guys? Gil
Oh,
Kane and Bob
Bob
Kane?
Kane. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one was the writer? The writer
I
one,
think.
the writer guy was ended up being like a fraud, or over
Yeah.
exaggerated his role. And then also, like, I mean, Spider-Man, Steve Ditko.
Yeah.
I mean, if
I mean, Ditko, you can tell he was kind of the worst of the types of artists that he always thinks like the work should speak for itself.
yeah,
But he did kind of stick up. I mean, he did say that um, to be honest, like he was the co-creator of Spider-Man, and Stanley wouldn't acknowledge that.
yeah,
So at one point, Stan, in the end, was like, wrote this letter to be official that I consider um, him to be a co-creator of Spider-Man, and then he wouldn't accept it because the word "considered" in there, meaning that it's not really true, but he just considers it. So he's like,
right.
no, no thanks.
That's like uh, an apology, but not really. Like, I'm sorry you feel that way, as opposed to I'm sorry.
I was wrong. You know.
Yeah. Mm.
So I wonder if there's gonna be lots of drawings on Instagram.
Lots of Scooby-Doo drawings tomorrow.
You ever see at the convention the number of people who cosplay, uh, especially Velma for some reason? Like you can always spot her because there's that orange and red combo, and maybe it's just easy to cosplay because there's like not everyone can pull off a Wonder Woman or a Vampirella, but it's like, hey, I kind of look like Velma.
Which one's Velma? The
Isn't she the one with the glasses?
oh the yeah, cause it's a sweater, right?
But there's a lot of Scooby Doo cosplay.
Yeah, Shaggy's easy because it's just like a green T-shirt.
But yeah, you can't do Scooby and then yeah, and then I don't know, like was it Daphne? Um, it's kind of difficult because she's kind of very plain.
All right, we're gonna have to ban Long or put him in a penalty box. Can you put him in like a 10-minute penalty box?
Or just do the enforced super chat. So every time he speaks, it's like $10.
So I don't want to do too much shade and shadow because then
This drawing is it's deceptively easy, but it's full of very difficult. It's artist traps all over. I mean, you have the toughest angle of the head on a woman, no less, where the structure is kind of is more implied than in a guy's head. You can much easier time have a much easier time drawing a 3/4 from below for a man's head because there's a lot of structure you can play off of. And then you have foreshortening going on, and then those poses with the arms up, the muscles and stretch out in weird ways that you have to have special knowledge in anatomy to pull off, especially if she's like naked, like there's no armor, there's no clothing.
yeah, if there was armor, I could fake all this stuff.
So yeah, this is like one of those, like Jim Lee says about drawing Spider-Man. It's very easy until you get the webbing, and it's very hard.
All right, I think we're almost there. I gotta color a piece tonight. After this,
There's a cover.
yeah. Okay, what do we think? I think it's too much shadowing. I'm trying to hide this musculature here.
It's weird when you think your elbow goes off of the green screen. It's like I can see like like a butt crack up here almost.
Where? Like here? This?
I just saw it for a flash. Like I think your arm appeared, and then it was a fold of your arm. Yeah,
Oh, that.
you do
I
it the
got
right
it.
way,
Yeah.
and it ended up in her armpit.
Oh, well. This. All right. I think it's time to apply the darker pencil. What do you think?
Yeah, the the, the motto here: save it in the dark pencils.
Yeah, too many lines doesn't do the piece any good. Okay. And I'm gonna do the red on the outfit in blood, like a little blood from the lips. All right. Let me do one more. That's interesting. At the back, I had the shoulder up more. Let me see how this looks. Sean, what else do you have to do tomorrow? How many more interviews do you have? Hello? Sean? I think we lost Sean. I was wondering why there's radio silence all of a sudden. Yeah, on the back, because also I'm drawing the back of the head. But Sean, I can't hear you. Maybe Sean went on a bathroom break. I see the shoulder needs to come up a little bit. Did we lose Sean? Oh, he has a Facebook Live interview on Tuesday night. Oh, he did a Facebook Live. Or no, next Tuesday night. Next Tuesday night is when the book launches. And it's a one-day launch. So if you don't get it that day, you can't get it. So make sure you guys check that out. I'm sure we'll have more info as the day approaches. Let me text Sean. Oh, the Discord audio. Oh, he's off. Maybe his computer froze. Ooh, what's this Red Band trailer? Yoji just sent me something on Discord. I thought Discord was supposed to be the app, the communications app of the future. Can't be if it's having all these problems. Right? Okay. All right. Yeah. Is there a paid Discord? Like a membership? Eventually. I feel almost naked without Sean here. Let's see. J Scott's been. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's quite a compliment. By the way, Yojimbo, I know it's kind of late for you, so don't feel like you gotta, you want to get, you got work tomorrow. By all means. Does she have blue eyes? Yes, she has blue eyes. Wildstorm, I didn't want to be the first to say, but that was my immediate reaction. Looking good. Oh, it looks like J. Scott Campbell. Oh. Yeah. We'll give him a little bit of time. He should be coming back up. He does, yeah. Jeff does do a head tilt. It is a very difficult pose. Even for alien vampires. But, oh, Mr. Chen should be back. I hear him on Discord. Hello?
Yeah, I'm back.
What happened there? You had me worried for a moment. Did you go on a bathroom break?
All right. Can they hear me on stream?
Yep. They should be able to hear you.
Oh, I thought I was gonna be off permanently, so I got a mouthful of food.
Yeah. It's alright. Unless you're trying to tease me. So I'm kind of hungry.
Do you plan on finishing this tonight?
Yeah, I think right now I'm going to stick with what I have. And just start going in with the Orens. What time is it right now? It's 2:20.
Yeah, it's 1:20 here.
Well, if you need to head out.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, today's it started out okay, right? The head was okay. I got the head on the first try. But then
It's looking great with a dark pencil.
We ran into issues with the rest of the figure. Let me bring her tongue up a little bit. Sean, you're not supposed to snack at night.
I know. It's not good. Yeah, I think that face is looking great.
Sean, when are you gonna start drawing? Well, I think when you get your iPhone stand.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if anything, I'm gonna have to take baby steps. Let's Do This wants to know how long we've known each other.
1992.
This is where Yojimbo usually comes in and fills in all the details. Yeah, I guess it was 92.
Although that first year we didn't hang out much. That first, I started in September like 17th. So, because I think Bob's birthday is on the 19th, right? Or something like that, or the 15th, and then his was on the 17th.
Well, I guess you weren't in the studio, right? You were doing work primarily from your dorm.
Yeah, that first year I was working. I would come in, meet with Bob um, in his office. We'd go over the script, and I specifically did not hang around. I knew there was a bullpen, but I didn't want to hang around.
Yeah, was that a deliberate decision? I mean, it was
Yeah,
Knob Row,
yeah.
so I couldn't wait to get into Knob Row just because it was like a community. But I always felt that maybe um, you were very conscious of how things looked. Like, I mean, you always dressed in a shirt and a tie when you came in, and then you had your own lawyer during the contract negotiations. So I think you said like, well, these things matter. Appearance, like if you want to be taken seriously, you don't mix with, you don't hang out with uh, like the colorists and everyone just because you don't want them to lump you all together. Like you want to be seen as an individual and a serious creator. Um, but I was always like I would get in there with everyone and just be glad that there was that to get out of the house. I was in Maryland in my parents' house, so to actually move out to the first timing, and then I was just living in that 505 Court Street place. So then I would go into the studio and just be a room full of people that you can hang out with.
How did you find the 505 Court Street?
Um, well, my college roommates were,
Oh,
you know,
who was the guy that took over his room?
oh, you're in Jeff's. You took over Jeff's place.
Yeah.
So Jeff was my college roommate, and he is the right now the head designer for Poppin Office Products. There's a company called Poppin, and they make chairs and
Oh,
desk accessories. So so that's one of my roommates. The other roommate was Joe, and that's the one
right.
we lived with.
Yeah, Joe.
Joe was lead uh, designer of UX for Google.
What?
So yeah, so he was one of the early Google people. So he's head of UX, which is pretty big. Pretty big. He's retired now because
I would imagine
I
so.
think he's so phenomenally wealthy that it is no point in going to work anymore.
Can
So he
we?
just kind of messes around and just kind of like
Can we should hit him up. You should hit him up for your book release.
we should have him on stream sometime. Just see what it's like in Google.
Is he still smoking up a storm?
No, he quit. So then, my other roommate was Federico Carandini, who was Italian, and he was kind of the heir to the Nino Cerruti fashion line, and I think he's since splintered off, and he owns maybe like a furniture design
Is that when I
company
left?
now.
Is that when I moved to LA or?
Um, this is all during college, so
Oh,
so you didn't know those people. So you moved in. Jeff moved out. You took his place,
yeah.
and then so you were there with Joe. And you know how I mean, Joe he was kind of aimless. At the time you were there, he was kind of just floating around, kind
Yeah.
of like
Mm-hmm.
bored with life, smoking a lot,
Yeah.
and just kind of one day blurring into the next. Um, I don't know if you ever met his girlfriend, Katrin.
He met. Yeah. He started
This
dating
is
a girl towards
German,
the end. Yeah.
yeah, a German girl. So that girl was like, you know, kind of pulled Joe out of his funk and asked Joe like, "What do you want to do with your life?" Because he's kind of wondering, like, where would you want to work? And he says, "Well, it'd be like ideally, like Google would be a great place to work." So I think she sent his resume into Google, and Google was interested, and they brought him out there. And then his life just kind of took off in another direction at that point. So at the time you left for LA, he took off for San Francisco to work at Google.
Wow. So then,
Yeah.
is that when your wife moved in, or you guys moved? And then they converted the
Um,
505 to condos, right? So then you moved out.
yeah.
Man,
Yeah. We moved
we
out
should have bought
and
that
then
place.
lived in Park Slope.
Should have bought that place.
But you know who's there now is there's a different artist, Dean Haspiel was there, and I found out that the room that we were in, like the building we were in,
Yeah.
there was this artist named Gary Panter who lived there. And I didn't really know who Gary Panter was, but I think he's some guy who's probably well known in comics. And I think there was a tree, like a fern, inside of our house. Um, that was Gary Panter's old tree that came with the place.
Before you moved in?
Yeah, I was
Oh.
told that there was a guy named Gary Panter who drew comics in that house.
Hey, you think I have Joe's big clock. I traded him like a table
Oh
for
yeah,
that
you
big
have that.
clock. You think he would want to buy that back for like a
Yeah,
million bucks?
yeah, the Grand Central Station train
Yeah, it
clock.
was a huge clock. It was like, I don't know, like 3, 4 feet wide. Circular clock. You think he would want that back?
Yeah.
I traded him like a table for it when I left. That was like the steal. I still have it. It works. I don't have it plugged in though, cause it was making some weird noises last time. But yeah, maybe I can sell that back to him. Nostalgic purposes. You think you would like that back?
He lives in Mountain. Do you know where Mountain View is, California?
I think it's near.
Um, I guess it's
I think it's near me.
it's one of the craziest zip codes in terms of like the value of the houses there.
Oh, he's in the Bay Area.
Yeah, well, it's Google, so I think there was like a sprawl where the center of Google, I think, was Cupertino,
Mm-hmm.
and it moved out from there. So he lives in Mountain View.
Did you see him last time you went out?
I actually spoke to him recently. I kind of connected with both of
Hmm.
them. Um, yeah, I follow him on Instagram. So the
Oh
guy's just
shit. Okay.
he has a lot of his different interests.
Yeah.
Um, so he's started rendering things on Blender, and then he like made a knife out of wood and a knife cutting board. He was baking bread. So this is the kind of thing you do when you retire early because work kind of is just very repetitive, and you just want to spend a lot of time just experiencing things. With his
Yeah.
travel, he bought like one of those drones and expensive cameras, and he does aerial photography for fun. So I mean, that's the life. Because
Joe was always a nice guy. I always liked him. Very recluse at times, right?
yeah,
I remember he like for
yeah. I
days he
mean,
would stay inside his place, in his room.
yeah. I mean, he would we would order takeout from the Winghua, whatever, and
Yeah.
it has like a lot of brown sauce in it, and he would eat it in his bed, and he would never take his shoes off because he has feet problems, like bunions, so he had to like kind of corral his bunions in his shoes. He would just fall asleep on the bed next to his Chinese takeout and like roll over, and it would spill onto his clothes, onto his bed.
I slept in that bed the first couple times. He was out of town
Yeah,
before I moved in. Yeah. Like he didn't change his bed sheet for like a while.
yeah. But I think he was kind of wandering aimlessly for a while, but then I think he's just waiting for his shot. To once he figured out what he wanted to do, there's nothing he couldn't do, but he had to figure out what it was first. And then his wife also helped out.
So they're still together. That's
Well, yeah, I suppose so. I mean, there's pictures of him climbing
oh,
Kilimanjaro or whatever, and his wife is never in the picture, but I assume they're together. I mean, there's kids involved. There's a couple of kids.
okay. I thought the other guy Jeff. Who was the other guy?
Yeah, Jeff Miller.
I thought he was like a location scout
Yeah.
for like movies.
Oh, that was someone else.
Oh,
Yeah, that was yeah. Jeff moved out, and then the location scout moved in, and he was there for a little while. Glenn was his name.
right.
Yeah, and you took Glenn's spot. Yeah, I forgot about Glenn. Glenn is very forgettable. I mean, he's nobody. I mean, you compared the people who lived in 505 Court Street. There was you, there was me, There was Joe, who was lead UX designer of Google, and then Jeff Miller, who was um, he's the head of design at Poppin, and then the other guy, Federico Carandini, was the heir to the Nino Cerruti fortune. Those are the people who live there. And then there was Glenn, and it's no wonder I didn't remember Glenn because he was just a location scout.
Mm. Yeah, he was hardly ever there too, like before, right? But I like my
Yeah,
room.
he's
My
always
room
at
was
his
like a
girlfriend's.
loft. Like a it was the whole place was
Yeah,
a loft, but uh, mine had like a little small staircase, super steep.
yeah, it was super steep, and then you would have to go up it backwards or something because
Yeah, cause
it's like a
it
treehouse. You
was
have to go
almost
up
like
in
a
your treehouse
ladder,
all the
but
time.
it wasn't like a ladder. It was almost like a ladder, you know. And
Yeah,
then the
steps
steps,
that went practically straight up.
right, and it was like very narrow. But once you got up, there was like a little 200 square foot space with its own bathroom. So
Yeah, we should go back there and check that place out. But I think I sent you pictures recently of Dean Haspiel, a comic book artist. He goes to a Chinese restaurant that's right across the street, Winghua.
is Winghua still there?
Yeah, and I sent you pictures, a link to uh, Dean Haspel's post about Winghua,
Mm.
and it looks real classy now. It's like all fixed up.
Tree, thank you for the follow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great face. I can't believe that this is the same piece of paper that you were working out problems in, and there was like stray marks everywhere and eraser lines, and it looks like a clean piece of paper.
Well,
And
that's because
I
his
guess,
camera is kind of blurry.
well, yeah, there's that, but also is the benefit of drawing on the other side. Not only do you get to see the mirror image and work on it in the mirror image, but all the mess you make on the other side is on the other side.
Yeah, it's all on the other side. And then it's erased too, but it's all on the other side. So is Dean still live there?
Glenn?
Dean Haspiel.
Oh, Dana, yeah. He lives in Red Hook, which is right across the
Oh,
Gowanus.
yeah. Red Hood was a projects back then.
Yeah, that was a nasty place, but he actually has a comic out called The Red Hook. It's
Mm.
about that area.
Well, the Teen Titans, the recent run that I drew, their headquarters was in Red Hook.
Yeah, it's a nice place now. So Matthew Cross wants to know what type of lead you're sporting.
Well, this is it's a new pencil. It's an Oren's Pentel. So it's a new pencil. So I think this is HB.
And yeah, the default is usually HB.
Yeah, when you buy a new pencil. This was gifted by Janoff Stationery in New York City, Upper West Side. Uh, Typically, the lead that I would use is a 2H. Um, I do have another pencil that I use specifically for commissions, and if I know if it's a pencil only commission, that has a H lead in it. But this is HB, so HB is even softer, so you get a darker line. Wow. Winghua, those guys used to hook it up.
Remember, like a little story about Winghua though. There was a local Chinese takeout place across the street from 505 Court Street. I think it's 508 Court Street, and it began as those buildings when you bring down the metal curtain at night to keep crime out.
Yeah.
That metal curtain was never up. So what they did was a welder came in and cut a hole into it. So and then they put up a sign that says Winghua and they pasted the menu on the front of the metal grate. So when you go up there, you just pick from the menu and then you pass your money through that little hole. And then they pass your food out through that little hole just to make sure you don't rob the place. You can't get in. There's no doors. It's kind of all sealed.
Yeah.
It's for safety reasons and also the fact that they just started out and had no money. And then you flash forward like a few years later, that's when I showed up. Then they had like a real storefront, like a real cheap one. Then by the time you showed up, they had two other locations.
Mm.
And by the time you left, we saw, I think you used to play basketball down underneath the overpass,
Yeah.
and we saw the owner of Wenghua, that old Chinese guy who looks like Pai Mei from the Kung Fu movies, was driving a white Lexus with gold trim,
Damn.
and that's when we left. So I don't even know. They're still going now. I'm not sure if they've retired since then, but it's a real American dream, right? You start out really small. I mean, it was literally a hole in the wall,
Yeah.
and now they have like at least three locations. And then like freaking Dean Haspel is posting pictures of his food because he just loves that place. So
I gotta look that up. And there's an IKEA down the block now, on the other side.
yeah, they opened up an IKEA there. So all this stuff is kind of gentrified, and but by the time we left, we were actually looking for places to live. We ended up here in Forest Hills, but we were looking actually to try to get into Red Hook because we couldn't get in there because it was just too fancy now.
Ugh, who would have thunk? Okay. Uh, I haven't heard from Long in a while. Is his ban been removed yet?
Maybe he thought I was. He didn't know I was kidding about the super chats. I mean, he's trying to stay silent. Otherwise, his Amazon Prime money will just disappear. Oh, there he is. He's back.
Long, can we talk about what else can we not talk about on stream?
Is Long in China?
He is? No, I don't think so.
Um,
Panda Express cost Matthew Crosser $900 once. What did you get at Panda Express that was $900? Did you get like 900 servings of orange chicken?
Orange chicken is the
Hey,
best.
Jim Chung art. Jim
Hey,
Chung.
it's Jim Chong. You gotta get the Discord figured out so Jim can
Hey,
actually
yeah, Jim, you want to
talk.
jump on? You want to jump on voice?
You can see a real guy do a drawing. Jim will come in here and do a drawing in 7 minutes.
Yeah,
Jim, I'm not drawing. I appear in voice only because I don't want to appear on camera, and also I don't want to draw ever on camera. So
he doesn't want to show me up. Jim, you want to jump on
yeah, but
Discord?
you know what? You should at some point you should jump in, and also we might as well throw Frank Cho in there so we can get the all CH stream. So it's Chang, Chen, Chung, and Cho, and then throw Amy Chu in there just to get a woman, a
No,
writer.
no, Amy Chu.
Oh god,
Man,
we have so many guest
you're
writers.
just hitting all the buttons there. No, what like you're just gonna drop a bunch of silverware? Is that what you're saying, Sean? Isn't that the old joke, the racist joke?
Yeah, or throw a pot down the stairs and you have the stream. Ching chang chong.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I'm not too. I don't know what to do with this here down here. It's like too.
Yeah, Jim, I'm getting a camera stand for the iPhone, so I may do it, but I would I would draw from a place of safety with a safety net by doing the hard part off camera and then just doing the easy parts on. At least in the beginning, just the cheat. I'm not gonna do the thing that Bernard does, which is just basically high risk high risk behavior here.
I erased a lot, but let me go in with a little more pencil rendering on the face.
Have you ever seen, when that Asiana, I think it was a Asiana Airlines crash happened? There was actually a news report where someone pranked the newscasters and said the name of the pilot. So they were reading it, the name of the pilot, on an actual live broadcast. And the names were like Holy Fook, We Too Low, uh, Bang Ding Ow. Weird names like that. And these newscasters are reading it, not knowing it was a joke. Like they're so white that they and so just unwith it that they didn't know it was a joke. But what's weird is those names were vetted. Like they called the was it FCC? I don't know what it's the
Yeah.
F, um, and then asked if those were the names. And then it just so happened that they were like a I don't know, like an intern or something that was manning the phones. And then when he heard that, he's like, "Oh my god, this is so funny!" And then he confirmed that those were the names. And then they put it on air a few hours later. So you can go on YouTube and see this woman read off those names, extremely racist jokes, and not know it was a joke, and just say it with a completely straight face. And when you hear it, your jaw would drop because it's so obviously fake. I mean, the names are like Bang Ding Ow, Holy Fook, We Too Low, and Bang Ding Ow were the name of the pilot and the co-pilot. It's
When,
hilarious and sad at the same time.
when was this? Recently?
Yeah, I mean, you should look it up sometime. It's really weird, but it was maybe maybe like 5 years ago.
Wasn't Asiana Airlines? Is that the one that left Indonesia and then they
Mm,
never found
no,
it?
no, this is one that just crash landed. I think everyone was okay, but
Oh,
had a hard landing. I'm not sure what airline it is, but I think it's a Taiwanese airline.
because Asiana Airlines. I thought that was from the TV show Lost.
Oh yeah, Matthew Cross saying there is a something Wong, so it's Holy Fook something Wong, uh, we too low, bang ding out or something. But it'd be like co-pilot and first captain and all that.
So is Jim coming on? I gotta send him an invite to the Discord.
I think Jim may have left because of all the racist talk. Oh, so Yojimba put a link to that thing.
Oh, I was gonna help Jim move today.
That was
I guess I
today.
help him tomorrow. Well, I helped him. It
I
was
thought that
last week.
happened
It was last week.
last week. Yeah,
But then there's still some more stuff.
you should offer to move the flat file and just try to snag a few pages.
Yeah, I think the mover stole it. He has a quite an extensive art collection.
Of
Jim.
other artists
I
or
think he has like a Kirby page. Yeah, other artists.
oh damn,
I think
oh
he has
wow,
Olivia
that's
Copio
serious.
page. Yeah, he has some good pieces.
Oh, I have one of those.
You have an Olivia Copio page?
Yeah, I mean, I've only bought one piece of original art in my life, and it was an Olivia Coppel page.
Damn.
Yeah.
How much you pay for that?
Well,
Is that
you
your
know,
son's
as
first
an
year college
artist,
tuition?
I think for most people who buy original art, you're really looking for the key moments, splash pages, and covers. With me, and I don't really look at that stuff because he'll draw like minor characters and seamless characters. Like the art is great no matter what he draws.
Right.
So I picked a page that had like a lot of backgrounds and a lot of like hatching, whatever. And then the page was like a couple $100 because no one wanted to buy it. And I was like, it's fine for me. Like I'm not buying it for the characters. I'm buying for
Well,
his thought process and all that.
you're buying it for yourself too. You're not buying it for like investment, are you?
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you could be buying it for an investment, but you're still buying it more for yourself.
Yeah. Sure. Wow. So this drawing really came together,
Yeah.
and it always teeters on the edge of complete collapse. But then you bring it out. I think that's why people tune in because of the drama. Where is the drama in the other people's stream? I mean, they're basically drawing with a safety net, where all the hard part's done. You never see them fail. You never see them struggle.
Yeah. How many other streams does Long go on?
You get some heckling. You get some heckling, and you try to deal with it.
Yeah, what's up with that? How many other streams does oh, who's the one that suggested Vampirella to begin with?
Oh yes,
Baby?
baby doll dreams.
Yeah, how many baby doll ones go on?
And try to pick the hardest drawings to suggest.
I mean, you would think Vampirella is easy because she has basically no clothes. She's basically nude.
It's deceptively easy. It's just, I mean, it's one of those things. It'll get you off guard. You don't really know until you're into it. It's like, yeah, this is really hard.
Like, I don't want to draw. Oh, I think we lost Sean again.
Wait,
Sean?
you can't hear me?
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
and sometimes
So
too, like,
Jading asked.
huh?
I'm just saying. Jading asked if we ever trade pages.
Have we ever traded pages? Did I give you the page
You
where I drew
know,
you in there?
you know, you know when? Yeah, you did actually. Um, when you showed that video from San Diego, like yesterday or was
Yeah.
it a couple days ago, when
Mm-hmm.
from a long time ago, I was jealous of two things: your drawing ability and that amazing head of hair you had. These days, I'm just jealous of your drawing ability.
My hair is shifted down to about down here, but it's also thinned out. If it's very humid. The hair tends to part. You can see right through it. Sean, you're not jealous of the beard?
Yeah, I can't grow that beard. There is no way.
Let's see. How else? What else can I do to this? I think we're done.
Well, it gets the red treatment. Did you do the red? Like
Oh, I gotta do the red
my
treatment.
screen is
Right.
frozen, so
I gotta do the
yeah,
red.
cause she's naked, right?
No, I gotta do the red. Your screen is frozen again?
Well, I mean, it's just yeah. So I have to keep updating to see where you are.
Oh shit. Well, did it ever work if you switched the
Oh yes, I forgot about that. So what should it be on?
switch it
Um,
to like something low, like 720 or 4 something?
video quality.
Yeah, switch the video quality down. You should be able to adjust it. Does that work?
Yeah, I forgot how I got to that screen. I mean, I can
Oh,
see this is quality,
if you
but
look
it's
at
eight
the
six four now.
yeah.
That's all right. It's working
Well,
enough.
on the lower half of the right, if you scroll over the screen, there's the screw button, the settings, and then under the settings there'll be quality, and you can
Yeah,
it's
it won't let me select any other quality than what's there.
right now it's allowing me to select auto or A64.
Yeah, I got that too. So what should it be on
Yeah,
864?
switch to A64. Yeah, it's lower than the because I think the default is 1080p, which I'm still trying to figure out how to unset it to 1080p. Okay, let's
And we're not. You know, most of us can't see below her armpits on
oh,
in your drawing.
sorry. You would think I have this blue tape. I just um, to remind myself that
So you plan to put in the red stuff without drawing. You're just going in there with wet medium
just gonna
and just
go in
hoping you
there.
get it right.
Yeah, just hoping I get it right.
I mean, you won't even give yourself a pencil line that you can erase later.
Nope.
And what's the purpose of this? Is like to get this far and then still have it teeter on failure at any
Exactly.
time.
I could fuck up any time.
So that's how you roll.
Um, because I'm just gonna let it drip. I'm thinking in my head, I just let it drip at some point, and then hope that.
Well, have you made watercolor drip before?
Nope.
Because you'd be surprised. Like I would try to make things drip, and then
It's
it
hard.
doesn't drip. I mean,
Yeah.
watercolor is
It,
good at holding it in place.
yep. It's really hard, especially on Bristol. So
Yeah, I mean, it's designed to minimize the dripping. So,
I need to really lock down on a light source, because all these light sources are all over the place.
so this is just your plan to keep the viewers until the very end by having this dramatic moment,
Okay, here we go.
this kind of manufactured drama where your drawing could fail.
I wouldn't say I'm like that planned out, but I mean there has to be some spontaneity to this, right? Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Watercolors out are out. I mean, okay. I guess
I'm coming up with
if I wanted to be safe, I could like turn it on,
yeah, there you go.
right?
And just draw her duct tape bathing suit.
And then
Yeah, I think this is too late in the drawing to have a wild card.
look, I can do that, right? And then I won't have to have any pencil on the front. But that's cheating, Sean. Oh, maybe I'll do it. I don't know.
Shibanomi has a question for you.
Okay, Chibanomi, welcome to the stream.
Do you have any hatching or shading techniques for when you transition from rough sketches to clean lines that gives you a flat illustration? I'm not really quite clear on what that might mean.
Yeah. I mean, I think Le Pablet, welcome. Je ne sais pas. Parlez-vous français? Je m'appelle Bernard. Sean.
My name is Sean.
Où est la toilette? Un grand billet, s'il vous plaît. I don't know. What do you think the question is? Is there? Well, if I hatch when I'm hatching, right? Like all these pencil line hatches, it's all directional, and it's curved. So I try not to do, with the exception of on this arm here, everything else is kind of like directional. Um, keeping in mind the body, the contour of the muscle.
And my art teacher says like when you try to decide which direction to put the hatch line, just kind of imagine if you were to put your hands over the thing, like which way, how would your fingers go? So I'm imagining putting my hands over her, her. Well, I don't want to say the word, so I'll say it backward.
Her
Her
breasts,
saboob, and then your fingers will tell you which way the hatch lines would go.
because the lines are in theory pointing to the light source, right? All right, here we go. Here we go.
So you're using one of those water pen things. I've never used that.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get that to drip, by the way. Those things are designed not to drip.
Yeah, there's not enough water.
Oh dang! I think they figured out what saboob meant. What I was referring to.
Boobs. Like if there was a ton of follows right now, it would really fuck up this Because then I'd be like, blink, 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 blink. Like concentration. Like you notice I'm not like saying anything. Because I don't want to mess it up.
That's what it's all about. Drawing. That's what you get on this stream. In fact, this drawing is not out of the clear yet. If it turns out to be perfect in every way, then you put it on that wheel, everyone's name on that wheel, and then it could land on Beavis or Butthead. That means tonight it goes into the cage as birdcage liner, and you will
Right.
see it at the next stream completely ruined.
With poop all over her
Yes.
spoobs.
So, they're over her saboob. Not saboobs.
Saboobs. It'd be all over her
Boob.
saboobs.
You're trying to say the word boobs backwards, so they don't know what you're saying, so it's her saboob.
Saboob? Oh, that's right. It's not saboobs. Because that doesn't make any sense. What is it when you can use the word front and back? What is that? The
Is that onomatopoeia?
onomatopoeia? And I think what do you think about some red for her lipstick and blood from her?
Yeah,
her
that's the
mouth?
thing. I mean, there's that trap that you fall into a lot, and it ruins a lot of drawings. Is like you say, like, well, I'm gonna take this Supergirl. I'm just gonna make her lips red because that'd be like really sexy. But then again, her cape is red, and then the red on her symbol is red. Then you realize you're putting red everywhere, and then it loses its specialness, and then you've kind of just ruined your drawing. It kind of like slowly creeps up on you with a slippery slope and makes you ruin your drawing because you just keep going. So you got to be careful with that, you know.
So you're saying no?
Well, I mean, I think with her lips, but then if you put lips, blood, and her outfit, and then I don't know, she doesn't have red hair, does she? Because you
No,
just gotta make sure it doesn't keep spreading.
I think it's like black hair.
Someone on here suggested you put that red paint on one of those credit cards and do the Jim Lee and you flick all over it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
This, yeah, you
I've never done that before,
watch
though.
out. Yeah, you gotta watch out because I mean, you can get carried away very easily. It's very seductive to start doing this. And I mean, that Batman piece I did today, I was just gonna put a little blue on his costume, but it's like, well, it's nighttime, and then it looks like it's bright sun outside, so I put the blue. Before you know it, the whole thing's covered, and then you're wondering like, did I just mess it up? Oh, okay. So the word backward is palindrome. Onomatopoeia is something that has to do with sound. So yeah, palindrome is, you know.
All right, ban Wildstorm for like 5 minutes. We're very sensitive today.
So I'm wondering, when you draw her boob straps, are you ever of the school where it clings to her body like it's painted or tattooed on, or are you the sling type that where there's air underneath and that stretches like a hammock, and her under saboob isn't covered?
This is blood. I'm drawing it as blood, so she's not wearing anything.
Okay.
Technically, she's
yeah, okay.
nude. So I'm stealing the art germ piece.
Oh, that's cool. So do you have to put blood coming out of her mouth, running down her chin and neck, and then hitting that ring and splitting?
Yeah, that's where like I was thinking.
So this is that special kind of blood that covers nipples?
Yes. And it's congealed, so it like covers it completely. Well, because she's an alien. I mean, who are we?
She just doesn't. She doesn't have that feature on her. So.
Who are right? Who are
Yeah, do
we?
you know like in Warlords of Mars, those people who like I don't know who's one of those Martians, Deja Thoris, they don't have belly buttons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, let me flip this over a little bit so I can work on this way. No, who was the one that had the suggestion to flip it over?
That this does not work for me. So really, are you gonna fire up that wheel tonight?
Yeah, do we have time? Are we 3 hours in? Damn, we're
It's
3 hours. It's gonna be the longest stream yet. All right, Yoji again.
um,
Yojimbo, I know you gotta work tomorrow, so don't
I'm surprised people are still sticking in there because I guess there's a lot to stick around for. I mean, there's the drama, and then there's the chance to win this.
I might come in and hit it with the splatter. That would be kind of cool.
Okay, are you just trying to create more drama here?
No, I'm thinking like the splatter.
All of these art techniques you're doing that are very difficult to control. I mean, you're trying to control accidents here, make it work. Like Wildstorm did not know. I guess he doesn't know the MO here is that these drawings are given away uh, after every stream, and usually there's not a ton of people here, so I think everyone has won something once. Also, it gets sent to you, postage free. So I mean,
For
why
now.
would you go to any? No, for now,
Yeah, for
but
now.
and sometimes there'll be two drawings in one night, and a lot of times there's like a lot of other giveaways. Um, so yeah, I mean, why would you go to anyone else's stream? What do you get for going to that Jim Lee stream other than a lot of aggravation? I mean, does he ever hear anything you say? Because there's like 400 people in the room. Yeah, I'm sending out 4 drawings tomorrow morning. I would send out Yojimbo's, but he doesn't know where the hell he's gonna be. So
All right. Well, what is that? Where's the one that Archer did with the blood? Did he have the
yeah, that
blood
one
coming down from the mouth?
it doesn't look like his normal drawings though. I mean, it's definitely a different art germ drawing.
Oh, here it is. Oh, wait, no. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah. He has the lips red too.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of like, what is that fire around her? Red fire or something like that. And her skin is blue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she has the bat shaped earrings.
Someone made a comment about the earrings.
Well, actually, art germ drew like these fang shaped earrings. Oh yeah, I think anyone who subs has a bigger piece of the pie. So
Yes.
there's incentive right there.
If you're a sub, you get an extra slice, or an extra. The slices are based on size, so your slice is one slice bigger. If you are here, multiple streams, depending on the number of streams back to back, you get additional size. Your size slice goes up. So if you're here for like 3, 4, 5 times, you still haven't won. You have a slice that's 5 times, 5 slices, five pieces, and then if you're a subscriber, you get an extra slice on top of that. If you miss
But
go ahead, Sean. What were
if
you gonna say?
if Suli enters the room, then all hope is lost.
Yeah, she has, and if you're just here for one time, you still get one, right?
Hey, isn't it time for Suli to enter the room? Because she usually comes in right when it's time to set up
Yeah,
the wheel.
you should text. You should text her. Tell her it's time to come.
Time to come and collect her drawing.
And oops. And if you miss a stream, you go back down to 0. I mean, the next time you show up, you're a 1 again. So you still get you get an opportunity every time. But if you're a subscriber, you always start with 2, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah, and it's not always fair because I mean Bernard is busy doing this, and he has to kind of tangentially keep track of who's here, or whatever. It's not the fairest process. I mean, I think you do have to speak up if you think that you're being left behind.
Yeah,
Um,
if you think I've forgotten about like an extra stream that you're on, just speak up. You know.
and you could lie. We wouldn't know. That's the problem. This is, you know, to us, we do these drawings anytime we want. So, but I know it could mean a lot to other people, and we want to make it fair. But sometimes, like, no one here is really owed a drawing. So it's just really sorry if you fall between the cracks somehow. But this is no way to make it completely fair.
And you get what you get.
You get what you get, and you don't get upset. Any trading you do happens after it leaves Casa de Chang.
Okay. What about some blood splatter? Yes.
I think
Oh.
you're gonna dilute it, so you gotta be careful. You're gonna really dilute the impact.
Okay. All right. Let's just leave it.
Wow, why would you ever get a Copic marker if you can get that and that tiny little tray of watercolors? It seems like you can travel a lot better and save a lot of money.
Okay. All right. Let's set up the wheel here. I think I'm done. I'm not too happy about this armpit area.
Is that where you're gonna draw the baseball bat coming in from screen right and covers up that armpit?
Something. Or the bat. I should draw the bat right here.
I think this drawing is done. Okay.
All right.
Oh my god.
Shots fired. Ooh. Half a mile away.
Have you ever done that thing? I've done this before, like because I live in a residential neighborhood. When I get the citizen app alert, like car crash on blah blah, and I'm like, wow, that's 5 blocks away. So I immediately drop what I'm doing, put on my shoes, and I sprint as fast as I can to that corner to see if I can catch it. And quite often I get there, and then like the ambulance is still there, and they're cleaning up. So
No, I'm not that heavily involved in the citizen app. I just want to know if something's happening right next door to me so I can prepare. Okay.
so you really pulled this one. I mean, there's a point in every stream when you look at the drawing, and then you see what you're struggling, and you're being very candid about the chances of this drawing turning out well. But it always, it's like I'm always thinking like, well, this is not going to be one of his greatest drawings. And then in the end, it's like, wow, it's fantastic.
Well, we've had a couple of clunkers, but thank you, Sean. There's been a couple of clunkers. Oh, whew! Thank goodness the watercolor dried already. I didn't even think about it. I went to the... Okay. All right. Let's set up the wheel. We are... this is going to be the longest one. 3 hours, 15 minutes. So we got another 15 minutes for the wheel.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez. Oh boy.
Where's the wheel?
Some people might want to cut out now and head off to bed because
Spin
this is going to
wheel.
be a process.
Yeah, but if you've been here the whole time...
Oh, look at this room. This room is packed full of people too.
How many people we got in the room?
I think you hit the big 5-0, Dano.
Oh, yeah? Wow. Nice. Okay. Spin wheel. Spin wheel. Is Make Havoc here? I didn't see him all night. Steve is not here.
Oh, here we go.
What happens if you're not here, but you're a subscriber? You still maintain one slice. Right. I think that was the thing.
And here's Longbow asking for that damn practice spin again.
All right. So, okay. I'm going to go down the list, make sure everyone's here, and then I'm going to add new people. Right? Okay, so Yojimbo's here, Luke, Mr. Joshua. And if you've won, you remain at 1 for like a few weeks until said time that I forget that you've won. Then you can start bumping up. Sean Chen, Beavis, and Butthead. So there's 3 opportunities. If Sean wins, Beavis or Butthead wins, this piece goes inside the bird cage as lining for their bird poop. Crispy Papa is here. I remember seeing him earlier. Crispy Papa. Jay Dang. I think I saw Jay Dang earlier. Right?
Oh, Jim Chung is still here. Oh my god.
Jim Chen? Okay, I'm going to
You're
add Jim
still
Chung.
listening to this show?
Wei is here. Crispy
you got
Egg
something
Roll.
else better to go?
Crispy Egg Roll left.
Oh, tell Jim, like the last stream, Bernard was recounting you and him, your buddy adventures with edible marijuana.
Oh, yeah. I didn't finish that story, by the way. All right. Don't get me started because then I'm going to lose track. I'm just going to finish this wheel. I'll finish the marijuana story next time. Oh, Bane Wrecker's here too. Okay, so hold on, guys. So Golf Boy's here, Blair's here. Kobe is not here, but he's a subscriber, so it goes back down to 1. He'll maintain his slices next time he shows up. I think that's fair, right? Long's here. Too Woke. Is Too Woke here today? Did we see Too Woke? He was on Michael's stream earlier. Sean, did you see... Oh, there he is. Too Woke. Suli. Is Suli here? Suli's not here. Oh,
No.
I'm going to replace...
Don't say her name too loud.
I'm going to replace Suli's... I'll just delete Suli's. Okay. Delete. A to the J. Is A to the J here? I thought I saw him earlier. There he is.
Yeah, he is.
Let's Do This is here. Matthew Cross. Is Matthew Cross back today? There he is. Yep. Poop Kid. Poop Kid is here. B-Dub. I thought I was just saying B-Dub 209. There we go. Ashton. Ashton, are you here? The Raka. Isaac. Okay. Hold on. Is Domo? Domo didn't come in today. Okay. Domo is deleted. RG Villain? Is RG Villain here?
So really, someone can win this thing and they weren't here at all tonight?
Well, if you're a subscriber.
All right. Well.
Is RG Villain here? I don't remember seeing him. RG Villain going once. RG Villain going twice. Better type something. Okay. Was VZA here tonight? Victor? No? Victor going once. Victor going twice. What about DYI Pickle? DYI Pickle?
No, that was last time.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to add. Now I'm going to update. Ooh boy is following. Welcome to the stream, Ooh boy. Ooh boy, you everyone's eligible to win if you've been watching the stream.
Yeah,
If you just
late
jumped
comers.
on, we're gonna ask you a question. We're gonna
You have
test
to
it.
vet this person.
Yeah, cause like we can kind of go and see who's been chatting. If you're chatting with us, definitely you're gonna get a slice. Um, let's see. Yeah, and we're gonna have
Oh
some trivia
God,
questions. So let's add some new people.
jeez.
Let me get my boy Isaac back in there. Okay. Isaac, I'm gonna give you a white slice. So look for. There's already one white. The one white that's up is crispy. Who else is new here today? Um, oh, thanks for being honest, oh boy. Next time, anybody that's on the stream is eligible, but you know if prefer if you've chatted a little bit earlier, it's a little bit more
Oh
fair for the
dang.
guys that have been around.
You
Wildstorm.
know,
Hmm?
your attendance in this room is up. I think people kind of know when you're about to give something away.
Oh yeah, there's been
It it spiked in the past like 5 minutes.
oh,
I think what's happening is you guys are texting your buddies saying, "Come on in now."
Wildstorm. Okay, who else? Matthew Crossart. I already got you in there. Wildstorm, you're like a blue color. Look for like a bright blue. Don't look now. Look later, because I haven't updated it yet. The shoe thief. Shoe thief. Shoe thief's been here. Shoe thief. Shoe thief. I'll give you a yellow. Look for a yellow. Okay. I'm gonna save the settings. Okay. Uh, who else? Who else? Who else has been on that I have new people? Oh, baby doll, baby
Yeah,
doll, of
this is her
course,
drawing. That's her damn idea, right?
baby
So
doll.
yeah, put
Okay,
her.
all right, baby doll. All right, this is all your fault, baby doll. What color would you like, baby doll?
Red.
Red. Okay, yeah, red for Vampirella. Okay. B Dub wants pink. B Dub, what color are you? Yeah, B Dub, you're already pink. Wildstorm. Well, Mrs. Chris B. Mrs. Chris B. Welcome to the stream. Make sure to hit that follow button wherever it is on the screen. Um, Miss Chris B, have you been watching the stream or did you just jump on? You're eligible to win if you've been on for a little bit. We can ask you a trivia question from earlier in the stream. If you can answer it, then you get a slice.
Name one of the pilots' name on Asiana Airline.
Yeah, name one of the pilots on Asiatic Airlines. He's been here for 20 minutes. That's a good amount of time, right? 20 minutes? When you jumped on, what was happening? Mm, Long Woo. Too woke. Anybody else I'm missing? You guys want an opportunity to win? Now, speak now. Oh, Serpentine. Serpentine was here earlier. Serpentine. Haven't seen you in a
Something wrong.
while. Oh, she answered it?
Dark Wickus answered it.
Dark Wickus. Dark Wickus. Dark Wickus has been with us. Has he? Dark Wickus, I hope you're following.
He just did a quick Google search.
Does Dark Wickus get a slice? Sean?
I wasn't watching the chat too carefully.
Ask Dark Wickus another question. Dark Wickus gets another question.
Oh, jeez.
Miss Chris Bay started watching coloring the. Do you know this character, Miss Chris Bay? Because you're saying like swimsuit, and I'm thinking like.
Oh, someone just got here like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Just want to make it fair for the people that've been here for a while, waiting. Dark Wickets is going to pass. Thistle 0212. So Thistle 0212, what was the name of the airline that crashed? That's such a dark question. Can you think of something else, Sean?
Oh God. How far back in the show do you want to go? Like what position did my ex roommate at Google hold? And
Oh yeah, right.
what was his job at Google?
Name any of our ex-roommates at and any positions that they might have been, any careers that they might have been doing.
uh, let's do this. Wants to know whether his slice increased.
Let's do this. Yes, you get one more increase. Uh, okay. All right. Well, what do we do? Do we give Sean? You are the de facto.
Oh God, don't make me.
We got Thistle, Chris Bay, and all right. Well, next time, guys. All right. I'm gonna give you guys an opportunity next time. Come back. Make sure you follow. Now Kobe goes back down to 1. Everybody gets bumped up an extra 1, except if you've won. Si Jing, you're at 6. Now you're at 7. Long Wu, you're at 4. You're at 5. 2 Woke is 1 something. A to the J, 2 to 3. Let's do this. 2 to 3. Matthew Cross, 1 to 2. Poop Kid, 1 to 2.
CJ's asking for a bonus slice as a
Be dumb.
subscriber.
Sieging bonus slice goes to 8.
Banewrecker.
Is this B-Dubs?
Banewrecker speaking up.
Oh, Banewrecker, come on, man! You're sleeping there. B-Dub, B-Dub. This is second time B-Dub's been on, right? I think he was on. B-Dub, you were on before. Banewrecker, okay, Banewrecker, gotcha. Bane. I'll give you 2. Let me see, Bane. Give you like a purple.
Jim is asking for a slice.
Oh, Jim.
He's there, right?
Yeah, Jim gets a slice.
Oh.
Jim can hang it up in his new bathroom.
Yeah, you can save on some postage if he wins. I think you should give him more slices to save on postage.
I'm gonna give Jim Chung more slices because I just have to drop it off.
You're gonna be there anyways, right, to help him move?
Right, I gotta help him move anyway. So, Bane, I'm gonna give you 2. Right. Wildstorm SGS. Wildstorm, you get 2. Isaac, this is your second time. You were here a while ago. Shoe Thief, you get 2.
That's the thing with this. I mean, technically, you can convince Bernard by being a very squeaky wheel, but
yeah,
it's not a fair process. But
ooh, look at Si Jing and Long.
Life is unfair.
Look at Si Jing's slice.
Yeah, that's a beautiful slice.
Somebody text Steve, tell him to make Havoc, tell him to show up. Man, make Havoc would have been, what was he? It was like 10. He would have like 11, 12 because he's a subscriber. Bonus +1. All right. This is it. I think we're closing this. All right. No more slices. And even if you have 1, hang in there because a couple times someone with just 1 has won. So.
Well, it was Su Lee.
Yeah. Su Lee was going up against like Steve's 8, and she's
a witch though. Yeah.
All right. And as you know, I'm going to ask the question: practice slice or no practice slice? First 4. First 4 no. First 4 yes. First 4 yeses. If there's 4 yeses for practice slice, that's 2 no's, 3 no's, 4 no's. Okay, no practice. No practice spin.
No.
Okay, no practice spin.
It's like 2:30 in the morning on the East Coast.
Okay, here we go. Sean's got to go to sleep. Your Jimbo's got to go to sleep. Okay, let's just spin the wheel. All right. If someone throws up, you win by default. All right. Good luck, everybody. Spin the wheel. Oh! Let's do this.
Oh, no way.
Let's do this.
Hey, that's great.
Si Jing
That's
was
cool.
so
Couldn't
close.
happen to a
Long was
cooler
so
guy.
close. Who was the one that's next to Let's Do This?
A to the J, right?
Let's Do This. Matthew Cross, I think.
Yeah.
No,
Wow. So
no.
congratulations. Um.
Math. All right, Let's Do This. You go back down to one.
That's
Let me
okay.
save that.
He won this great drawing. Um.
Let's Do This. Make
That's
sure
awesome.
you DM me on Instagram. Hit that follow button. DM me your real name and your address. El Cabong, who won an earlier sketch, did not give me his real name. I want to repeat this every time. I put it in the mail, wrote El Cabong on the letter, sent it, mailed it, and then it got returned by the postmaster, Kevin Costner, and saying, nobody lives here by that name. Literally, I'll show you one time. It's down on the kitchen table right now.
Yeah.
So,
$7 down the drain.
yeah, it was like $8 because I think I bought insurance on it. I'm not buying insurance on any of these anymore. I mean, basically, whatever revenue we're generating on the stream goes to postage, and Crispy Papa's postage is gonna basically eat all that up, going to Australia. I want to thank everybody. Thank you, Yojimbo,
Thanks,
for
Baby Doll, for
moderating.
the suggestion. It was a great suggestion. It turned out great.
Thank you,
So
Long, for your critique. Um,
you make him a better artist, Longwu.
Isaac, thank you for joining all the way from India. Anybody else from?
A cameo appearance from Jim.
Thank you, Jim
Great.
Chung. We'll help you move boxes tomorrow, sir.
And he will not be stoned during that, so you can rest
Uh,
assured.
Sean suggested that I steal some boxes of artwork and then give them away here, so you can try to win the back next stream. And thanks to all the new people for following, and thanks for all the regulars for showing up again. Today was a very long stream, 3 hours 30 minutes.
Do it all again, right? I'll draw once I get through the book launch thing. I got to do a lot of drawing for that, but then I'll be back contributing.
Once Sean
So
gets
maybe we
his
can get to
second camera, and then yeah, we gotta get Sean drawing so I can just talk, you know. Anything else, Sean?
I think we're good. You know when we'll be back?
We'll be back this weekend, Saturday or Sunday.
Already?
What's a good day for you, Sean?
Oh, whatever. Saturday, Sunday's the
We'll
same.
figure it out. Okay. Yeah, because also next week, Sean's book launch on Tuesday. So,
Yeah, everybody.
all right. Have a good night. Stay safe.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you.
Talk to you guys later.